quite the accomplishment. But hello. Happy Monday. Primey, hello. Greetings. Oh, cool. I like how that's, like, not there. There it goes.
I'm hearing myself groaning.
It's been a moment.
Do we know what the buttons do on a normal day?
I do. I have gotten into, like, a routine. I know what the buttons do. I will Pato a Cato. If you got Patos in, like, tree cars, now's the time to use them. Okay. Say what? What day is it? Okay. He does, as a matter of fact, like being upside down. We discussed it. Oh, you're beautiful, Pert. May I have a snoop boop?
I would like to point out that I am not this harbinger.
No, this is the Allender.
It's like,
Oh, I get the no spoon thing. I get it a lot. So, Primey, yeah, we do like a tabletop thing, almost like predominantly a tabletop thing. I probably have buttons. Is it this one? So basically, like that. There's something like 60-ish characters, I think. And you can play from the chat. It's, I don't know, it's kind of cute, to be honest. I think we might be doing like a neat thing.
I think it's adorable. Last night was some of the most fun that I've had. Like,
I mean,
in
this
just
month, at
tabletop and yeah, just like sticking to a bit, finding a bit, and it's just like, you know what, this is the way we're going.
I, too, am low on the spoons front, so apologies. Last night was a riot, and honestly, like, I know he's, like, not around. Can we give Leto some credit? Because I feel like he really tried. Like, really tried yesterday. Like, it was noticeable that he was, like, pushing himself a little bit to really engage. And I'm really proud of him for doing that.
Oh, I also think I figured out the problem with the sound cards. I will be trying to get those updated right now. Well, maybe after the stream, but I'm pretty sure I figured out the problem.
Prophecy, Google spoon theory, and that will give you the rundown, basically, of, like, the premise of it.
Are we talking big spoon, small spoon?
No, it's the whole, like, allocation of energy that you have for a given day.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, that's it.
It was a way that somebody tried to simplify the concept of how much, like, energy they have, like, having a chronic, like, illness of, or a condition of any kind. Basically, you have a limited amount of... Oh, that's gotta move. But at least it works. Let's put it over here, maybe? You basically have a limited amount of energy blocks in a given day, and if you have to use all of them to do shit that just sucks, you don't have it to do basic activities. That, more or less. But I'm doing a terrible way of explaining it, but that is, like, the base premise, but you can find that info online. And it just has become a shorthand for, like, not enough energy to do all the things that require energy. Which is, like, a big fucking mood. So I got a new flavor of Liquid Death. I haven't opened it yet. But also they made the cans even fucking larger. Like, I was already like, man, I don't need this much fucking drink in a can. And yet, here we go. Look at this fucking girthy boy. Jesus Christ. A 4-hour nap is just going to sleep. Like, you just went to bed for 4 hours. Alright. So this one is called Convicted Melon.
Oh, shit. That melon's innocent.
Okay. Smelling it. It honestly smells like the melon, ramune. Well, it's unfortunately that we have a box of these.
Oh, is it bad?
It's not bad, but I wouldn't go out of my way to drink it.
Did you want the berry and I'll drink
No,
that one?
I'm gonna drink it.
Okay.
It's fine. Oh no, Art, that is adorable. Though 250 color changing spoons is a lot of fucking spoons. I'm assuming they must be plastic spoons, otherwise, like, my god.
I was very, like, when we lived in this really shitty apartment in upstate New York, and by we, I don't mean me and Nika, I mean me and Adrian, and Ron, who's sometimes in the stream, and Mario, who's also sometimes in the stream. We all shared an apartment, and it was really bad, but, like, I literally just threw away plates. I just threw them away.
It's like the
plates,
amount of energy
forks,
that it was
spoons,
required.
everything. Like,
Oh, like, hey, look, it's Ron.
yeah,
Come here today.
Ron remembers. I would just fucking throw shit out.
Sometimes, but I feel that. I feel that so fucking hard. It's just like sometimes the amount of energy that it takes to wash dishes is like just too fucking much, and it's like, you know what? I'll just buy more. I know it's a waste of money, but also I want to die, so.
I accidentally, and like I very much accidental, like cut my wrist. That is how I should phrase it. Washing the dishes in that apartment, and it's probably one of the worst injuries I've ever done to myself. I just never wanted to do the dishes in that apartment ever again. It was really bad. Like, life-threateningly bad.
It probably was. You should, like, show the scar from it. I think you can still see it, right?
Hold on, I'll be right in.
Okay.
Oh man, my outfit is something today.
Oh, I don't think anyone can see it anyway, so... Oh, you can fucking see that shit. You can see the fucking divot of it. Right here. That guy. Like, you can, in profile, you could see that it, like, cuts in. Yeah, you probably should have gone to the doctor for that.
Yeah, I really should have.
He did, in fact, not go to the doctor for that, despite living, like, 2 blocks away from a hospital. Like, legitimately.
It's like, we had, like, Ron and his brother ran to the store to get, like, Neosporin and liquid skin and bandages and stuff. Well, I had my wrist wrapped in a t-shirt, sitting on the couch, like, on the phone with Nika, and I had the, like, original iPhone or something back then.
Yeah, it was like the iPhone 3G. That's the one that we had.
And, like, I had... You know that scene in movies where somebody is, like, bleeding out and they're touching things and they're leaving fingerprints everywhere? That was my life that day.
I agree. Caustic, I agree. Oh, could you, like...
It's... That day was fucking a nightmare.
But, you know, almost dying, like, it happens.
See,
but, like...
I don't think that's fair, because, like, technically roller coasters is, like, you almost dying. Like, the fun is, like, you tricking yourself into, like... So it's just, like, I don't think any number of almost dying is too many.
I guess it depends on how injured you are post said, like...
Right, I got better. It took a minute, though.
I feel like I want to take that to here. So, Not Forgiven wants a beach outfit for Soki, but I actually think this is, like, a massive undertaking, like, actually. I didn't think about it at the time, but, like, that's a lot. We'll see what we can do, but it is kind of actually a lot.
Are we putting him in, like, one of those pencil bikinis? Like, the super thin ones?
No. I personally was...
so thin it doesn't actually really cover anything. It's basically 2 Cheez-Its, 1 Cheez-It each for the nipple, and then maybe a lemon wedge.
Yeah, I was thinking the striped, like, 20s, 30s bathing suit, the, like, tankini, basically. But every part of him that would be exposed is something that I have to redraw, because he's not, like, naked underneath. But at this point, it's making me think, like, maybe I should.
Right? It's just
be
like,
drawing everybody, like, nude body.
Yeah, everybody naked. Like, I will be able to just say that I've seen everybody naked.
Bless me.
I look forward to that. Prophecy, are you telling me that you look at Soki here and you don't want to see him barely covered?
Are we talking about a, like a Borat bathing suit? Is that, like,
not
the thing?
Not a Borat, not the whole thing. I want the top and bottom to be independently separate.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But basically just a like fishing line.
At that point, what is even the point?
You know what? I would ask these questions, but
tell me more, Art. Not that I would know where to begin to, like, deal with that. I mean, I can make HTML swimwear. Like, I'm pretty sure that there are bathing suits in the merch store. I just don't know what they would look like. Would we do it to look like a uniform, but, like...
You just dress everybody a skin-tight bodysuit.
Hold on, what do I got in the bathing suit? It's under other. Okay, they are all over print, so technically...
She wants a bathing suit that is the Wander Crew.
Basically,
I still want to get around to making jerseys so bad. I wanted, like...
My only options are an all-over one-piece swimsuit or swim trunks. That's, like, what they got. But, like... that would be so... No one would want that.
I need to talk real quick about the magical items I just made for, the crew that helped out the fire salesman. Because, like, I had a funny idea, and so I made one magical item. And I was like, well, I can't give them random magical items now. They all have to be fire salesman related items.
That makes sense, yeah.
So, like, my absolute favorite of them is an item called the Tinderbox. It has 6 small matches in it, and once you strike a match, you can do one of 2 things. You can swipe it right or swipe it left to put it out. And if you swipe it right, you and whoever you were thinking about when you, like, waved it get bonuses when you're near each other. And if you swipe left, it's basically the opposite. It's a curse. And I was like, yeah, this is funny. And then I had to make 4 others.
I don't know, Prophecy. I've never seen her wear pants. So...
I've never seen Esme wear pants.
I posted the options that they have for swimwear in, like, this Streamloots or Streamlabs merch thing. I posted it in the workshop.
Now see, up there Caustic was just like, do them all, no nips like Barbie and no dick like Ken. Like, that's... I understand, but I feel like some of these characters have such BDE that you can't draw them like that, or you'd have to make it a huge bulge.
I guess in time for the beach episode, I could make some uniform swimwear. It's gonna be really fucking dumb, though. I don't even know how the quality of these would actually turn out.
I feel like for yesterday's game, we got a lot done in 2 hours.
It was a very, like, action-packed... Oh, okay.
There's trunks, though, right?
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
So it's like swim trunks and like a t-shirt is like the go-to. I think I could also find, there might be a tank top, actually. I don't know if there's an all-over, but there is an all-over print tank top.
Have you guys seen that TikTok where it's just like somebody has one of those shape matching things? It's just like, where does the circle go? That's right, in the square hole. And where does the rectangle go? That's right, in the square hole. The whole time Leto was throwing people out the door, that's what I was
playing in your head.
It's like, where does the flamingo go? That's right, in the cold.
There is a fish stinger tank top, but this would be like an all-over print tank top. So it would look like the uniform, but like it's just like printed on. I don't even know how to begin to tackle this picture. They're like, I feel like he's wearing the most clothes out of like every character.
Does Soki have a tail?
I believe so.
Okay.
Never comes up for the art that I do, so like a lot of characters I think have tails that they don't like, that you don't see.
Lithium has a tail. Lithium's the only other squirrel person we've seen in Season 3 so far.
So far.
But I know where a lot of other ones are.
Like a handful. Like a few.
Just a few. 1 or 2.
Art played a card for Rupert to finally get his Chili's franchise.
I can't...
It can't be Chili's. I know, like, I know it can't be Chili's, but it's gotta be, like, adjacent.
Okay, it's just called adjacent.
That has to be, like, you have to know that it's a Chili's.
It's legally different from Chili's.
It's gonna be like Pappas. Pappas Fine Dining Establishment.
No. Pappas.
Pappas.
Welcome to Pappas.
Robert, you finally gonna get your Chili's franchise? I literally want to make him like a little box house thing, like a cardboard house thing that is just a Chili's.
It's 100% like an old Vine that got that started. Can somebody help Elliot? Well, I don't actually know how to do it myself.
I know I typed it out for art somewhere.
They're trying their best. I don't know if Elliot's in here. It's just like, if you are Elliot, I'm not making fun of you, I promise. Like, that's why I don't want to be the person that tells you how to do it, because I know I would be wrong.
Chili peppers.
Oh, shit. The red hot variety. Alright, I need you to draw Rupert as every member of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Maybe with like southeastern, northwestern egg rolls, and they're like not fucking good. Let me tell you.
They're just full of clam chowder. It's just an egg roll.
I feel like
Wait.
the prompt does work.
Oh, we're in the D&D channel.
Yes, we are, because this is still technically
Oh yeah, it's still
related
good.
to that, so I opted to keep the channel. Hello, Mango. Welcome.
Northwestern spring rolls are just damp and cold, and they're full of cream cheese for some reason.
It'd be like cream cheese and seafood. That's what I thought it would be. Or like
It's a different kind of
oh no, it's just the hot dog with the cream cheese, but then in the egg roll.
In an egg roll.
Oh my god, I want to throw up.
That's
I
so
want to actually
gross.
fucking throw up by listening to that.
I do not want to judge people based on what
God.
they eat, but if I see you putting cream cheese on hot dogs, I'm judging.
So the HTML part of the whole thing is actually just like shenanigans. So the base premise of the game, like when it started, just like 2 years ago, was that it was like the Wanderpus being the vessel that everybody's the crew upon. And so we needed like Her Majesty's, etc., like the HMS, whatever the fuck the designation for ships are. And somebody, I literally don't remember who it was, said HTML, and it just was so fucking stupid and funny to me that I was like, alright, that's what it is. What does that HTML stand for? Couldn't fucking tell you. Couldn't tell you to this day what it stands for. It just becomes like the greater mystery.
The only character that knew got fucking murdered. That's my canon for it, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. Taupe knew what HTML stood for, and you killed her.
As his tradition. But basically, it's sort of like a low-key MMO TTRPG. So everyone can make a character. You can play from the chat. You can like actively do stuff. There's stuff for you guys to do from the chat. Rotating cast for the on-screen cast. And so this is one of said characters, which I'm gonna try to design a bathing suit for. But this is actually a lot.
Sexy bathing suit.
It's not gonna be a sexy bathing suit.
It's gotta be sexy.
It can't be.
Well, what's he gonna do with all them humps?
I don't know what kind of squirrel lump Soki has, but I'm not gonna, like, highlight them.
Are you telling me that Soki's not sexy? Is that what you're saying here, Prophecy? It's just... You're very close-minded sometimes.
So the hardest part of this is going to be, like, deconstructing it and then, like, rebuilding. So we'll see what we can and cannot turn off. Oh, that's right. I'm actually, like, in the file, so I could just show you guys, like, the characters, or show Mango the characters. I don't know what all of them are going to show on this, but... This is Pollux and Castor. This would be Katori if it weren't. Yeah.
Oh, Ghost Katori.
Ghost Vatna.
I like reference Vatna in the top
Yeah.
left corner of that one.
So make sure I got the like coloration right.
It's Vatna haunting Vatna.
It's just as quiet, but I know it's K. The handwriting to text is not like the most accurate, but then we got Karam, that's a prophecy there in the chat.
I've
This
been
is
very clear
Cash.
about what sexy bathing suit Soki needs to wear.
This is Bamin, but it just says Bambino. Because, again,
Bambino.
the...
Bamin's
there we
great.
go.
I love Bamin.
That might be good if you could actually see it. There we go.
Stupid,
This is Nickel.
sexy Mana Ray.
This is Starless's character, Adley. This is how. This is not all the characters. This is just the ones that I've like redone this season or done this season. I don't even think it's all of them actually, but Charity, which is casual Jacob. Tootie booty! 1 more month. I'm like counting the days and I didn't pretend that I'm not.
Wonderful frog king, 1 more month till I can
That's
find
me
again,
groaning.
hopefully.
This is Rosie.
I like that some characters definitely like have their like a very distinct.
This is Clovis. Distinct ...
Just distinct like look to them. Like Rosie doesn't look like anybody else.
This is Iskra. This is Arel, who I like affectionately call like Broccoli Mommy.
Broccoli Mommy's a very fun name.
This is Tea Time. Yeah, the thumbs up is like, it's because like anytime I send anything to Kevin, like his response is normally just like the thumbs up. It felt like a very appropriate character trait. This is Simmons. I have drawn so many fucking characters. Jesus Christ. I think this is Cass. This is Cass. I actually really like how he came out.
Cass is very.
I mean, I like how they all came out, but like...
Yeah.
This is Allie. Met him over the weekend. And then I redid Blueberries this weekend too. And I really like how he came out.
Meh.
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 Yeah, there's a lot more like animal ones than in earlier things. You know, like making me draw fucking animals and I'm not good at it.
Tarkus's art is definitely weird. I know, like,
Yeah,
you
no,
did mention that.
it's because it's like half step art. So like I can show you guys. You can see the like the behind the scenes. I actually skipped over it because it's like not. We just really didn't have a lot of reference to go on, so this is like kind of the placeholder. So I didn't honestly bother finishing it out because I knew I was going to end up completely redoing it. No, when I say not good, it's like, it's not complete, it's not detailed, it's not like up to the, like, standards of the other ones yet. It'll get there. But we need, like, a more intensive reference session. Also, like, the way that I feel about, like, drawing, like, animals in general, like, and I'm not good at it, but, like, they're coming out okay, but, like, they're not great, personally. When it comes to robots, I'm fucking terrible. That's the reason why that, like, I mean, we have 2 other robot characters, and they're very humanoid. Yeah, that's all of the ones that are held in this file. I had to make a new file because, I knew they were gonna get fucking juicy. Like, the files would be thick. See, you say, so, like, here's a little fucking, a little history, bit of history for you. That is a claim that people have made since the beginning of time, as far as I'm concerned. And so 20 years ago, I had friends that were like, no, but seriously. Furry money, that's where it's at. And I'm like, okay, that's not really, like, my jam, but, like, I'll try it. But, like, you can tell. You can tell that it's not my jam. You can tell I don't have a passion for it, because it is obvious in the work that I do. And so, like... Sure, there were tons of people who wanted free shit, but absolutely nobody who's gonna, like, pay for fur. I think I did maybe, like, if I did 1 or 2 max commissions, I would be surprised. Like, it wasn't there, like, and there was a whole lot of, like, you had to spend so much time in the space in order to be, like, legitimate, and it's like, but I'm not enjoying this. I'm not, like, here for this. It was not the vibe. Also, like, I don't really want to draw porn. Not really. particularly because porn involves, like, usually more than one character, and then you actually have to, like, get poses right and bodies right, and it's, like, 1,000 times more difficult. And I don't want to, like, learn how to draw. Gross. Alright, so I'm going to duplicate this so that I don't ruin the original one, just in case.
That was just like the good guy's like, no, destroy the original one.
Alright.
It's wild that, like,
Take this.
that the song "She Wore an Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini" exists. Because, to me, like, if you have to use that many modifiers to, like, explain how small something is, it better be absolutely tiny. But, like, it's not what he's talking about. He's not talking about what I am currently picturing Soki in, which is just 2 Cheez-Its and a lemon wedge. That would be what I consider itsy bitsy teeny weeny. But no, he's basically talking about a One Piece with a little bit of mid-drift.
It was a different time, you know? Where is that object? I have a little bit of, like, overlap somewhere. And I don't know where it's coming from. Oh, okay. It's from there. Yeah, like, for the time, scandalous.
Scandalous.
So I'm on my iPad, which is why everything's, like, super janky. My apologies. Not janky, but, like, it's taking up the entire screen. You guys normally don't get to see, like, this. This awful demonstration of what layers actually look like. This is, like, the real behind-the-scenes shit. You never can see this shit.
Look at it. Gaze! But, like... And now mentioning that terrible song has made me think of another absolutely terrible song. How did the Thong song get so much radio play? Like...
Oh, I really like that my mute button for stream is, like, broken. Because there was an update.
Yes.
Is, because I was just going to type out what you're talking, but, is there an HTML uniform issued swimwear? So, like, that's my thought on, like, designing the beachwear. Bless me. I'm sorry, I'm, like, chugging this drink, and it's, like, real carbonated. Anywho, if you want to jump into doing a recap.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just open up my little menu.
Cole, hello?
Cole's the first person that showed interest in the tinderbox, by the way, which makes me laugh. I have to send Cole an item.
I don't think this does anything, but there's no way to know.
Alright, we did not do a recap for last month. So, I'm basically starting at the beginning.
Yeah, I think that's extremely fair to do.
I do not like the idea of voice is going to be swiping right, baby. So after we all know season 2, if you guys are here, well, all the worlds got combined. We now have a 20-sided world, and we are slowly exploring just one side of it. We've gotten a lot more out of this one side than I was expecting, but
honestly, agree.
And we started off, like, this world under a bubble that Soki and Vatna were keeping up.
Need to tilt this. I really need to get a a stand for this thing.
For what thing?
For my iPad.
So, like, under the bubble, like, refugees were starving, the crew was having some real issues with just keeping everything under control, and then there was a group of flamingos that were hanging out in a casino and spa, just having a wonderful time, except for the fact they kept eating lemons. That game ended with the formation of a crime family and the realization that there is a weird lemony serpent that wanders the world and grants people their dreams come true. And then the other ones are not particularly important for like storyline, but like we know that the in space the Warbletinger children are now all grown up and like swearing and shooting people in the face and getting grossed out by their parents making out in front of explosions. That's happening. But then once we got started, like the shields came down and Krieg, Katori, Royce, and there was a fourth. I had the list right here. Oh, Kai, Tobias, Krieg, Katori,
Like this art? Is this it? Is this your bathing suit?
Oh, nice.
I don't think this is what you had in mind.
Fucking sexy.
Just B plus hanging out in a cup, just being like, drink me. Drink me. Oh my god, drink me.
Like, oh, you wouldn't. Maybe you should. But you wouldn't. Would you? Why are you weird?
Why you gotta be such a fucking weirdo all the time?
That's how you get hepatitis.
That's the least of your problems.
I don't feel like people worry about hepatitis as much as they should. But then, like, we played Sleepers for the Week, which showed everybody that, A, Squishy became, like, a full person now. He's not an NPC, like, he's not, like, a follower. He is, like, a full-on character that he got mixed with, like, the moth people.
Bless me.
And Katori changed form into like a very large, like almost minotaur form compared to her like small little fawn form. And that's because if you guys walk around without your communicators, you get fucked up. Keep your communicators on. And then we went to Creature, where we met the Mayor, and Seth was accepted into like the Church of Beezus, and has like he went through some priestly training.
Nailing it.
Yep, got it in one. And everybody told you guys to stay inside at night, but you didn't, so you got attacked by wasps, and some of the crew got carried away, and then you guys had to go find them, and then the rest of the crew got beaten up. And then the rest of the crew had to show up and save you. We know that Clem's hammer got taken. And there's a giant demon wasp out there. The Quentin Kind showed everybody that the crew that has been missing since the end of Season 2 is just out there exploring space, having no idea what happened to you guys. And they went on a little cattle rustling. And Gemini got real stinky. And then we played You Say Run, where we introduced everybody to Bamman and Bamman's shop, which we'll be updating it this weekend, everybody. Keep an eye on that. It's in the cards section, you guys know. And we introduced Tisk, we introduced Bamman, Karam's gym for like orphaned refugees is down there. one of Crom's kids got shot in the head, but he got better because Cash is a pretty good doctor, turns out. And then Stevians died at the hands of somebody with a familiar laugh, but not that any of you recognized at the time. Also, Soki went into a tunnel and grabbed an idol that he probably shouldn't have. It drained all of his AP, and he collapsed. He then woke up and was able to purchase a special a special lantern from Bamman's shop that he is currently exploring.
So I'm trying to find out what kind of bathing suit are we feeling, because I was thinking like the striped like tank top shorts, like one piece type deal, like classic for the time. But I don't know if you had something specifically in mind.
You want one of those like late 90s, early 2000 era, it's like swim trunks that just go all the way down to your ankles? Like those, does everybody like the swim trunks with a little bit of fish netting in there that makes you feel like your testicles are being held when you get out of it?
Cradled
by like a fish net that's terrible. Men's swimwear is terrible. I don't know if everybody knows this. Like,
It's like, as a matter of fact, no. I do not like that.
It's the worst. Like, why do my shorts have underwear? Like, there's no reason. Like, my genitals can touch the outside fabric. I'm fine. That's okay.
I feel like I should pull, like, some references.
I've got some bits that get wedgied. I don't... And, like, let me tell you, that secret pair of underwear happening inside my fucking, like, swimming trunks, they get in places. I'm not saying that we don't all have it rough. I'm just letting everybody know that I also.
Oh, I'm liking these. These are cute. What decade is this from? Ooh.
I have looked at the underwear with the ball pockets and the shaft sleeve, though. I can't remember. It was, I think it might have been a review for MeUndies where somebody was talking about, like, how... Then they would try to phrase it as nice as they could. It was just like, how nice MeUndies underwear makes your junk look. And then I got a pair and I was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, no, it does. It
I
actually,
see it.
like...
I see it.
A little cradling, little enhancement.
I don't know how that thin layer of netted fabric is protecting anybody from seeing my junk when I get out of the pool. All it's doing is adding a little bit more weight that those swim trunks are coming down.
Yeah, all the fucking mesh has ever done to me is fill with fucking sand somehow. And so then I just got like big old fucking dumpy sack of sand as I'm like waddling out. It's awful. I will hydrate, Cole. With my liquid death convicted melon that doesn't taste like fucking anything. But here it is. An enormous fucking can. Oh, sorry, Rupert. You don't want it.
It's a good color, though.
There, see? You don't want that. It's like, maybe I do. I don't. Maybe I do.
The number of times in my life I had to hear my parents, like, yelling at my little sisters that they couldn't wear the bottom of a bathing suit as underwear is a ridiculous amount that now I, like...
So first and foremost, yes, you could. Like, there are no rules. But also, like, technically, you shouldn't. Because, like, the type of material, like, up against you, like, all day, it's not very, like, breathable material. So probably don't. I will pat out this kiddo. Flap, flap, flap.
Ridiculous cat.
Rupert, you're very cute. Oh, you also know your name. Good job. You did it. Alright, I found a great example, so that's what we're gonna do.
Excellent.
This is a center line, so I'll keep that.
I don't know how necessary this recap is now that I'm like doing it.
No, just keep going.
Okay.
It is
then
necessary, actually.
We went to a city called Dyad. We learned that Reedy was still around, and half the city is run by Reedy, and half the city is run by Sal. Sal Amander. Sal Amander runs like not really an organized crime syndicate, but like he has a bunch of guys called the Linkertons, and we haven't figured out enough about them yet. Bit by bit, we built a radio tower and like learned that force is heckin' dangerous, and Patagon can get thrown pretty far. I don't know why we would use a bunch of eye nerves to catch Patagon like a trampoline, but we did. Then the Wander crew got in bed with a group of people from the city of Gibbet that make mana batteries out of magical things, and I'm sure everything's fine there. Then we played the Chase, where we met Charity. Charity is
and Howl, I think, for the first time.
And Howl, yeah. But technically, Howl would have been part of the crew, so the crew will have met him. But Charity is has been running through a forest, and has no idea how she ended up in the world that she's in, or that she's even in a different world. And then she ran into the crew. She's being chased by the wasp nest that resurrected itself and started chasing her. And it's wanting to steal Charity's magic. Didn't work out great for the creature, as Charity ripped its heart out and it turned into a bunch of rose bushes, and Charity decided to feed it blood. Nothing bad has happened from that yet. Then we played.
Mm-hmm.
Then we played. No, I got the noise.
No.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you definitely made a magical Borat squirrel. Soki, congratulations on that one.
He's gonna have a little side pocket for some reason.
Yeah, a little side pocket.
I don't know what this little side pocket's for, but that's okay.
He's got to keep his keys.
Okay, but first off, Soki seems like the kind of character that has a lot of keys. You could convince me that he's got a massive fucking keychain.
I'd buy it.
Okay, that's actually, Midjourney did a pretty solid job on that, actually. Legit. I don't know if you've looked in the Raffle Winner channel.
Oh yeah, I looked at it. I'm picturing the not calipers. What's the word? The mountain climbing thing.
Carabiners?
Carabiners.
Yeah.
Calipers.
God damn it. That's the downside of touch, is that it goes every direction.
But then we played Dear Fellow Travelers, where Thaddeus, I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce Thaddeus. We've met him in Steady as She Goes. He's a cat librarian. He is just a cat. He does not stand on his hind legs. He walks on all fours. He has a love for books and a love to explain them, and he will fact check himself a million times. some of his books from his library were stolen, and he asked the crew to hunt them down, and the crew most certainly wanted to steal things, so they definitely
Did.
volunteered.
Like,
And then they did.
so they did, because that is what they're about.
They found out that the books were being held in a secret library in Sal's apartment at the top floor of his giant tower. And then Adley turned the whole tower into like plants.
Which is fine. And there are
which is
definitely no
fine.
repercussions to that.
And then they all ran away. They all got out perfectly safe, and there was only one person that saw Tarkus, the big robot, do a cannonball out. But that person was the worst person that could have seen him, as he is the leader of the Linkertons and is suspicious and is trying to like figure out what's happening. Then we played we did not play any of these next ones as they are scheduled there. But then on the starting in March so far, we have played Rumors. That is where we met Rosy Cheeks, and we met Arel, and we met Iskra, and we met Corvus.
Clovis,
Clovis, as they all like had heard rumors about the crew and the new city that showed up, and they wanted to know. So they've been like coming through, and that's where we saw the extent of this rose problem that has been created. Like the roses are like permeating the whole forest, which we know the forest is already super magical and very, very dangerous. But now it has like this strange necromantic rose bush, like slowly slithering through it and creating new creatures and like capturing, not capturing, but taking corpses and reconstructing them into some like violent creature. And that's been happening all throughout the forest. And then we played Gold, which was Bammon. You saw Bammon earlier, big old alligator crocodile man, great guy. He got a scoop on some salvage, some future salvage. A ship was sinking, and he wanted to know if the crew wanted to get in on it to make some money. The crew decided they wanted to instead save them instead of letting them sink and then taking their stuff. Honestly, not a very crew thing to do, in my opinion.
you, I think.
But I let it slide. But then they found out that these people were under like a hallucinogenic effect of some kind of like dream situation.
Don't know what that's about. I'm sure it's
Don't
fine.
know what that's about. I'm sure it's absolutely fine. They were seeing each other as enemies and had like attacked each other and really hurt each other. And they were attacking the crew because they thought the crew were the Sea Devils crew, come to take their ship. Everything worked out there. Nothing bad. They cleaned up an oil spill, which is, again, very uncrew of them. Hold on. I got this one more time for you. If you want to be like better about it. Here you go. Worm. So that happened and it went fine. Then we did Fight For Me. That is the game where tea time was 24 hours late. So instead we had Cole play Royce for that game. Sexy Royce though.
It's the Lady Royce.
Like the Lady Royce.
It's fine. It worked out great.
Yeah, right. They took a job for the fire salesman. The fire salesman is a great guy. He's kind of a fish guy. He's from the seasonings world. Not sure how he survived. Nobody stopped and asked.
That is a great question that I did not think to ask.
I was ready with the answer, but don't worry, we're good. And he wanted them to go get his guard driver assistant, who had gone into like these ruins. The ruins were literally the ruins of Lullaby, which is the city that Cole's character Royce is from. In there's a bunch of robots. Some people were trying to like capture and take down and like take ownership of the robots, and some people were just like looking for treasure. the party shot and scared away most of them. I think it not in that order. And then they did a heckin' murder where Lore stabbed a guy and pulled his skeleton out, and then used his skeleton to beat up the rest of his friends. That seemed unfair.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. This bathing suit is so slutty.
See,
Like, oh my god.
I've been saying it the whole time.
Like,
A little bit
goddamn,
lower,
this
you can
is
see his cum gutters.
not even remotely, because his cum gutters are all the way fucked down here. So honestly, it would have to be higher. There'd be like a higher leg cut. Because these are high-waisted. Like... But like those side openings, slutty. This is the trend that I want to see men's fashion go towards. Like, I want to see more slutty men's fashion.
It's like a little like peekaboo.
Like, I definitely know, like, because I grew up in the 90s, the whole, like, it's just a bandana as a top trend that existed. I don't know if you remember this.
Don't.
There's definitely a period, circa, I would say, like, 99, 2000, where girls wore, legitimately, it was just a bandana.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
yeah,
just
I
a
remember when
fucking
girls-
bandana
yeah,
as a top.
I thought you were saying the guys were wearing that.
No, I fucking wish. But, like, this, the bandana thing, but yeah, not, like, tied around the tits, but, like, it was literally just, like...
Yeah, I remember, like, it was, like, folded down.
It was like this, and then the straps went and tied around the back, and it had, like, a loop here. So, like, that was it.
I do remember it, yes. But, you know what's wild to me about, like, fashion and time? Like, look at movies made in the 80s, and Art has to know this probably more than all of us. Men's fashion in horror movies, every single guy was wearing, like, a crop top, and
They need
those
to bring crop tops
kept,
back.
They kept getting higher and higher. Like, you know, you could, like, if they raised an arm, it was nips. Like, it didn't matter. And it's just, like, the shortest short in crop tops. Like, 10 years later, like, when I get to the point where I can start picking out my own clothes, or where I'm allowed to pick out some of my own clothes, fashion is 100% different. I'm rocking Jinko jeans and the baggiest tie-dye t-shirt you could find.
So that is, like, that's the trend. So the trends always go, like, skimpier to more, like, I don't want to use the word conservative, but, like, more covered. And, like, it kind of ups and downs. So you did have, like, especially, like, the 70s into the 80s, the fucking micro shorts for men and, like, the crop tops. And then it did, like, transform into, like, the really baggy stuff. But then when you go into, like, the 2000s, like, you start to get into, like, the skinny jeans, and then also, like, women's fashion, for sure, was, like, the smallest you could possibly get. And then that has kind of, like, not been the case for a while. Like, things have been generally a lot more covered. But now that we're like, oh, it's been 20 years, so we're gonna, like, revive 2K fashion, have started to see those, like, really skimpy things begin to trend again.
Let
And
me
it's
tell
like,
you,
but when...
if I catch any of you crimping your hair,
I would crimp my hair. I'm not even gonna pretend I wouldn't. I would fucking do it. Like, I feel like the trend cycle in clothing is a little bit different now because you can kind of get anything you want all of the time. So...
I just want all the colorful sweatshirts. Is that too much to ask?
This is the time.
Okay, and then in Fight For Me...
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Sorry. No, that's fine. In Fight For Me, they met up with some flamingos that were taking something out of a radio station in Lullaby. And they would just let go, everything's fine. One of the flamingos got shot by a booby trap on the way out and died. And then, but nobody's blaming the crew for that. That guy's just dead. Then the next game we played after that was Fish in a Birdcage, which was an amazing noir game we played in Fiasco, and it was great because Fiasco is a really great game. We learned some things. Kay got a camera. Soki sees ghosts.
Joaquin got
lost
shot.
an eye. Yeah, Joaquin got shot and lost an eye. They fed 3 members of Gibbet to a mimic. And by they, I mean a guy named Tisk, who was a drug dealer. He's not anymore. He's cleaned up his act. I can't have a drug dealer that is also like a character that I have to play as like a good guy. Unless the drug's just like weed. Then it's fine.
My cat says, ooh. My cat oohs in his sleep. Okay.
And Voice learned that he has a reputation of being unstable.
Huh, weird.
I know, right? Then we played Little Pistol, and with Little Pistol, we sent out the weirdos to study like necromancy and blood magic. So it was B Positive, Charity, Malone, and Not Forgiven. And Soki. Soki wasn't set out because Tattoo knew he could see ghosts. Just Tattoo really feels like he can trust Soki. And everything on that game worked out perfectly fine, and there were no problems, if I remember right. Like, I'm pretty sure that game went exactly to plan. I mean, there was the part where a giant rose dragon showed up, and also the tower that Adley made, of like moonflowers were like consumed by vampiric roses. Also, we learned that the roses are vampiric in nature, and like also contagious, at least to other flowers right now. We don't know if it goes beyond that. But they were also collecting bodies. And something was going on in the sewer, but that had something to do with Charity's magic, but we decided to push that off and explore that later, and it was just too late when they got back. Then Downtown happened, and Downtown happened at like the next day. They were all cleaning up a mess. The whole city of Dyad was a real situation after, you know, the Rose Dragon and then the attacked by roses. Oh, I missed one. Which one did I miss? When I'm Small. I'm sorry, everybody. We forgot When I'm Small. It was the introduction of Simmons, Lady Tea Time, and Cass. As Isaac and Valentina were just trying to map out these islands that looked familiar based on old maps. And they do. The island that these statues called the Guardians are on, those islands that is the exact same as the Ruined Continent from the
Maybe
Liminal
not exact
Plane.
same,
Not the
but
exact
like...
same, but like same materials, very similar layout, same kind of feel. Like that got carried over to this world. And they fought an adventuring party. They had to Cass had a bounty out on an adventuring party that robbed a casino, and they just kept whining that they were supposed to be the heroes the whole time, and they did not have a good time. They got shot in the legs and in the hands. A lot. So that happened. We also established that Lady Tea Time has a dog that will never be.
That will never be what?
That will never be hurt, as it is not technically a character. So yeah, Art, B Positive, ate that the dragon and all of the corpses it was stuffed with, and started making her own body out of it.
That's probably fine.
A small ghost was attracted to Soki's lamp and is now living inside of it. For everybody else, it just lightly glows. For Soki, he can see a tiny little mouse that people that were in the Mouse God game would recognize as Brahm, just sitting in the lamp, pulling him to the west.
Doing his best.
Doing his best. Then we played downtown, which was the cleanup crew, and the captain sent four very special, no, not very, a very particular set of skilled characters on a mission, and that mission was to investigate this strange magical like resonance. They did-ish. They found a mana battery under the ground, and they hooked it up to one of these vines and created a giant snake that swallowed Clyde, and then he swallowed Nameless, and then a guy named Luther is really good at the saxophone, and then Nameless peed on the jumper cables, and the snake exploded. Then there was a moped chase through a city, also through a mall. There was an otter stuck to a bank truck, the bottom of a bank truck.
Yeah,
the bad
all
guys
told,
shot each other.
Went really well.
And then they saved the day by letting the bank truck with corpses in the back ride into the river and sink, and then get caught up in the river, while the rest of the crew on the southern part of town were putting out the fires that this party created.
So all told, pretty well.
Right? All told, pretty well. And then we had Puppet Loosely Strung, which was played yesterday, where Leo, Tarkus, Leto, and Voice investigated what Bobbert might be up to, as he had rebuilt all of the robots that were in the Lullaby City into one giant pink robot that advertised on Bobbert's Casino and Spa very loudly.
As you do.
As you do. As it tried to drill the cavern roof out from above Lullaby to give it access to the sky, as Bobbert is changing that city into Soliloquy, which is going to be a massively beautiful city. Mostly spas, and it's going to cost a lot of money to make. And to stay at. Even just if you want a house there, it's going to be in the million. Bobbert's really good at real estate.
It's his true passion.
It's his true passion, and what the crew did instead of what the party did instead of talking this out, they climbed into, literally climbed up a very long ladder, and just repeatedly threw flamingos into the snow. Every flamingo they saw, they knocked him out and threw it outside into the snow, and sometimes they knocked the flamingo out with another flamingo, and threw him in the snow. And then there was there's this wonderful engineer named William.
William.
He is not appreciated at his job, turns out.
Clearly.
And he left. William has a very specific voice, and I can't do it. It's not my to do. But so then Voice pretended to be William, and then later Leo pretended to be David, and also Voice stole a bunch of snacks for the captain, and then brought back a vending machine. They dropped one of the robot's arms into the snow to eliminate all the security guards in there, and then Leo flew the mech back to the Silver Thimble. And we are caught up. On Wednesday, we're going to be playing Hammerfall. Seeing y'all, I'm going to go lay down.
Wait, really?
No.
I was like, oh, don't leave me.
Not at all. And that, so far...
I'm not giving him a farmer's stand. It's the two layers combining. I mean, I could do, but it was not my intention on account of the fact that it's fur.
Yeah, Vanax, you can play an Oracle card.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not going to give you the information now. I will give it to you at the beginning of that game. And that actually plays into it because how I was going to start that game was you guys waking up. But this is the question and answer portion of the
Yeah, if you guys
give
have
you answers,
yeah,
like
if
if
you
I
guys have
can give you the
questions,
answers, I will.
please just ask. I know there were a few questions like in the workshop channel today, so like that's a good place to start.
Let me go there then.
Because I don't know if everyone is like present.
Oh yeah, Stylist, that's fine. This I don't want anybody changing their characters at the after the end of this month. Everybody's characters are locked in.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to live with
no
what you
more
got.
free changes. But as of right now, you could still like tweak your character, but that's it. That's not something I can answer you, Caustic.
I feel like that kind of answers itself, though.
Yeah. I do it the day of the game. Ow. Indigestion.
Mm.
Yes. Charity is still safe from the communicator effect because the way that you got into this world is not the same. Yeah, Professor Winter, that's 100% how you should do it. Oh, also, Charity would know, and because I saw you ask about wanting to research it, based on like looking through the glasses and stuff, the only part of the roses that have that are Charity's like world is the magic that you gave them. These roses are native to this world. They are not native to Charity's world. I guess it answered that for Caustic anyway. But yeah, you guys gotta ask these questions during the games if you want more. Like, we're gonna do the speakeasies and stuff because like I try to keep up with the RP happening, and I think it's great that you guys do it. I absolutely love that you do it. And that's what the RP, that's what the speakeasies are gonna be for like making rolls.
Speaking of the speakeasy,
It's gonna be the Weast for the record.
nice. Did you want to talk about that a little bit? Because we talked about it in the other night when we were hanging out in the chat, but we have not actually, I think.
Oh yeah. So tomorrow, because it's not a day off, but it's a day that I don't have any games. I'm gonna clean and stuff, and we're gonna talk about the games. Me and Nika are gonna talk about all the scenes that we want to see and need to see in the speakeasy. As soon as I can, I will tag everybody that I would want to see in the speakeasy to get you guys in there. The rest of you will be up. Oh, go ahead.
We have not really talked about the speakeasy at all. Like, at all.
Oh, okay. So, I'm sorry. If you are unaware of what the speakeasy is going to be, the speakeasy is a harkening back to the AOL, like, chat rooms, like, RP things. Like, there's going to be an event going on. It is going to be the Feast of the Weast. It is happening at the Secret Recipe, which is on the island of the Secret Towers. And they're all going to be, like, ghosts? Like, ghosts are all the people, like, running it?
Yeah, I'm so Suki was top supporter for February. So doing basically like a glove, like augmenting the art into some swimwear for the beach party game.
Yeah, and that it's absolutely fine. If you guys can't make the speakeasy, then it's fine. We're gonna be doing more of them in the future.
Yeah.
They what it is so there's gonna be an event happening in chat. Everybody can RP, and then we're gonna do scenes in the like in Discord calls, like on the screen. I'll have a Roll20 open, and we will go like, and we will see like mini scenes around the place, so we can see like people like working on different projects, and that's gonna you guys are gonna like make roll to like see how things are working out. Things that like you guys talk about in the RP, but don't necessarily get to see on screen. We want to put those things on screen. We want to see Charity studying the roses. We want to see like Soki playing with his lantern thing. Gross.
Yeah, I was like, wow, did you have to put it that way?
I wish I didn't.
Me too, but here we all are. What are you, little stray?
I see it.
I see where it is. It's actually this. There we go.
But so we like I want to do a bunch of those things. And me and Nick are gonna talk about what kind of like scenes we want to see, and like, and that's gonna happen this Friday, and not like every Friday after that, but like not. But we're gonna do. We want twice a month is what I want, but I don't know where we would fit that.
Yeah, we'll have to do some like some considering, but that is what we want.
Yes.
We're also still trying to iron out like how many games a month we actually like want and feel good. Because then if you think, I don't know what we're at, like 18 or something for this month, plus the speakeasy, like that's too many, I think.
It might be a couple too many. But we had to do catch up.
Yeah, a chunk of that was catching up, so it's not as bad as it is, but it's still a lot. And that makes it harder for you guys to keep up, and like that's not the goal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we could talk about that if we want.
Yeah, sure.
All right. And speaking about keeping up with things, and like I mentioned this when we were in the talking in Discord when we were playing video games the other night. That oh fuck me. Sorry, I decided to die.
I only count 19 with the speakeasy. 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, 19. 20 if you count today, but I don't count today's. It's not a game. Like, it's just basically work. Like, I can't count. It's fine. I literally have it as my my wallpaper, the calendar, on my computer so I can see it. It's like, I'm not saying only in that way. It's a lot. It doesn't really feel like a lot, but like to do, but it is certainly a lot to like experience.
Yeah.
I feel like 12 is the sweet spot that we want to be at. So like 15 without the reschedules, and then we're making 2 away team games to get them back. So that would pull it down to 13, which is definitely like around the sweet spot. 12 not including the speakeasy,
Yeah,
I think.
not including speakeasies.
Like just 12 like set games. I can't, like, talk and draw at the same time, but something that we've been talking about doing is, like, we're still in the like gearing up phase right now. Like, these games are all like prep essentially for like a greater story and like more stuff. We have to kind of like get you guys to unlock some stuff before we get there. But we want to maybe start actually splitting airship and submarine plot lines. And if not necessarily by vehicle, certainly by plot lines, so that you guys can maybe even tell at a glance when something is related specifically to a certain story, so that you know which ones to focus on if you only have like a limited amount of time to catch up on games, which, like, duh. So that's something that we're like trying to figure out how to do, something that we would want to do. Also, turning them into podcasts is something that I feel like we desperately need to be doing, but audio editing out of stream, like from stream, is a bitch. There's just so much fuckery to account for. But I think that would be super handy. Panicdote, hello. I mean, at this point, there's a unique overlay for every single game. But yes, I would do, like, the elements that are, like, the same every one, I would have them look different, so that you could tell, like... But also in the titling, we could put, like, a little symbol next to them so you know, any kind of that stuff.
Yeah, and we're gonna, reworking the, we had a different word for them.
Oh, the branches?
Yes, it's right there. Instead of, like, departments, we're gonna start calling you all branches.
I'm not sold on branches, personally.
We're not sold on branches, turns out. But...
So, we want the departments to feel more important. I don't want to say... I will hydrate. I don't want to say, like, Harry Potter houses, but that is kind of the vibe that I'm thinking. Like, that they become more than just, like, incidental, where they actually have, like, traits to them. I want to maybe do some designs for, like, badges for... Yeah, like, fuck J.K. Rowling. That's why I was like, I don't want to say like that. But, like, that kind of concept where they are more than just a department. It is kind of, like, mini personality quiz type stuff, maybe. I'm still, like, in the weeds of workshopping it. But I wanted to design badges for them that I can actually put on your characters, so that you can tell when a character belongs to a certain department, and that actually means something. I think that would be fun. I think it'd be super cute.
I think it would be fun and also super cute.
I like cute things. Because I want to pull you guys into the world more, and I want your characters to feel, like, more in the world. So I have... on my, like, list... of, like, possible names, I liked sectors. Units were alright, but branches feel like pretty on the nose, and I'm not mad about that.
Mantos, yeah, it felt very on the nose.
Yeah, which I was like, I'm like into that. But I'm just still not like sold. Because I want to like actually think on it. I loved ministry as a possibility, but it's really not fitting for like our world, but god damn it, I do love the word ministry. Just, it's delicious. Doesn't help me here, but it's good. When you see it, like, eventually, like, we get to manage to use it in game for something, just know it was forced there because I just love the word and I want to use it. And yeah, like a gentle rivalry, between, like, airship and submarine. I was kind of thinking, like, I think we're going to compress down to 4... branches, I think. I want to move some stuff around a little bit, but I think that's what I want. And then, maybe flavor them slightly different if you're airship or if you're submarine. That's, like, what I'm thinking. So I want to, like, I'm still, like, early days on that, but that is where I'm, like, one of the directions that I'm going. And since the thing, Toast, is like, you are the one standing, like, of, like, outside character. Everyone else can be, like, folded into those categories, but you are unique. And I feel like we just gotta, like, live with that. but I want you to feel like you're a part of it, but you are, like, a special case. Like, even when you're plotting it out, because we have it up on the whiteboard, I'm like, man.
I literally was just like, where the fuck does Krieg fit?
Like, Krieg is the one, like, that it just... his own unique type of character. Because I don't really want to do a city subdivision. So we'll see on that. I have some, like, hints of thoughts, but I haven't gotten there yet. Also, Carrie, hello. See, for Isaac, I feel like, into science, into, like, the research department, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, the whole library thing. But we are going to give you guys options to, like, put yourself where you want to.
Yeah, there will be, like, the opportunity to change departments. Like, once all of it has been finalized and you have, like, the actual descriptions, then if you want to change, you will be able to change at that time. Yeah, I think adding some, like, personality traits or, like, types of vibes, will help maybe ground a character that might be, like, a little loose, I'm hoping. I think communications is going to get put into defense. Like, it was security, and we're gonna, like... there really has never been a need for, like, security, which is basically just everybody who wants to fight, and, like, unfortunately, everybody can fight. Like, that's the, like, that's the premise. Everybody is a character that has capabilities in that way. So security as a category doesn't need to exist, but those types of characters could go into defense along with, like, our spy characters and stuff like that. That is sort of just an all-around, like, defense for, like, individually, but also, like, for the city, for, like, the crew. Keeping an eye on things, like reconnaissance, listening to communications, like, all of that type of stuff feels like it fits okay into the defense department.
And stylus, like, navigation and science are two separate ones.
Yeah, they will be definitely separate.
So you don't have to pick right now, but you'll eventually have to pick which side where you want to land on. Because we are going to probably have games that are going to be, like, and this is my thought, it's like, don't hold me to this.
Yeah, this is... everything that we're talking about right now is fully, like, all in the air. We are still workshopping all of that stuff.
Like, I want to have a game that says, it's like, okay, I need 2 engineers, 1 person from science, and 1 person from defense. I want to be able to say that, and you guys fill it up to meet that criteria. Or, like, oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, finish your thought.
It's like, or, like, a game where it's just like, I need 4 from the science department. That's it. Just all science. Like, and if it can't be all science department, that's fine. But science department gets first call for it, you know?
I'm hoping
Second
it might be
call
cleaner.
after officers. But.
I like the manual. Let me hold that thought for a second. Remind me that I'm going to talk about the assignments in a second. But, okay. So Professor Werner said definitely sticking with navigation or reacquisition. You would be able to do both. So reacquisition generally just covers airship. Like, that is like the station. So basically, it would be those 4 departments, and then split between airship crew and submarine crew. I feel like we have enough characters now to do that, assuming that, like, there's an even split. Which there won't be. But, like, assuming that there were. So, yeah.
Then it's gonna be like, who wants to go down storyline Lemon and who wants to go down storyline Rose? So it's just like, you pick your crew and you pick your section. And like, they're gonna have different stories. But they're gonna definitely like bump into each other. Like,
yeah. And there'll be opportunities to like play together anyway. It just so this is like, that is a question. Like, where does science go? It's like, oh, mostly sub. That's what I don't want to do. I want there to be a justification for science people to be on either vessel, but maybe the type of science you do is different. But I want to make sure that both of them are compelling and interesting and things that you want to do. But, you know what? Honestly, here's a really good example. The difference between Blueberries and Leo as engineers.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a really good example of the way that you apply that knowledge or that skill set. It is. But, like, that kind of difference. And not necessarily, like, the way that that plays out, but, like, the fact that there is a difference between them, and you can see that practically in the way that they play. That kind of. I don't want to put all the chaos on one ship. That's not what I'm looking to do.
And I don't want, like Caustic's like, we need to put a lab on the airship. I don't think that. I think that's a different kind of scientist. Yeah. Like, I don't think the scientist that joins the reacquisition crew is the scientist that is like, all right, and now we like measure and we put in we turn on our Bunsen burner and stuff. That's not that crew. That's a different crew. Like, that is like chemist and like theoretical science. It's just like, I think reacquisitions crew, I think that's applied science. It's just like, yeah, well, like, I know how to make this ship go faster. But not engineering specifically. It's just like, I know what I can pour into this to make a cloud. It's like...
So it still needs, like, a ton of work and thought. Like, this is just early stage stuff for us of figuring out what we want to do, but...
But we said we were going to talk about stuff, so we're talking about it with you guys. So, you know, feel it out. I mean, sure. And then they have to ask themselves when... I'm not putting a lab on that airship.
So, we'll... Again, workshop it. That's the whole process. And...
Like, part of it is I also want to make sure that not only do they feel different, but they're not the same. Like,
they feel different, but not in the same way.
Yes. Yeah. Like, you can get most of the stuff done on both of them, but one is an airship that transforms into a fucking mech, and the other one's a submarine that has lobster legs and, like, flying fish wings that we don't see often, but they're there. They exist.
Like, a small lab makes sense, but, like, maybe you don't get the same in-depth level of investigation on something because the airship only has, like, a portable lab versus, like, the more established lab on the airship.
But I imagine them, like, having, like, little, like, kits or something, like, but they don't have, like... I really picture it's almost like they have to, like, push, like, Lore and Pim's stuff to the side to get desk space to start, like...
Yeah, I like that. I think I want to add a little bit of... Not that.
Yeah, Laura's probably going to be moved to science, too. I think she's currently in, like, communications.
She should be in science.
Yeah.
But, I think she is in science.
Okay. So, yeah.
It is still, like, So if I understand right, the idea is that the airship science could be more stuff that can't be done as much in a lab. At the least, it makes sense with lore and archaeology being on the airship. I think so, but, like...
Yeah.
I don't want to give you a hard yes or no, because we are, like, not
For
there
sure,
yet.
yeah.
We are not in the hard yes or no yet. Revamped. Thank you so much for the follow. Like, we are still absolutely, like, just workshopping the concept of this, so it's quite a bit of a ways before, like, it's rolled out. But I have an idea of what I want. And, like, it's gonna take a lot of workshopping to figure out how to do that in a way that feels like it makes sense and is, like, compelling and interesting for a character to, like, want to be in that. I want it to be kind of, I don't want to say I want it to be a hard choice, but I actually do want it to be, like, something where you're like, ooh, no, like, both of these sound juicy. I don't know which one I want. That kind of vibe.
I also, like, I want it to stick, at least for a while. Like, you're not able to change it for a bit. Like,
yeah, generally we do the, like, all the changes and stuff can happen between seasons, so...
I had another thought, but yeah, I'll say it. I was almost thinking about, like, imagine employee of the month.
Okay. Whatever I thought sentence was going to come out of your mouth right there, that was not it.
You cannot work in science if you're a nav. You are, well, you don't get those, like, things. Like, you are not part of the science team if you are in navigation. You have to be you're gonna have to be one of these. But, imagine, like, employee of the month situation where one of the crews, gets a bonus. Like, at the end of all the games, because the way that we have it laid out, because we already said 12 games
that's the goal at any rate.
what we're aiming at. So on our whiteboard, I have 2 airship games, 2 sub games, and 8 mixes, you know? 8 that could be, like, just handling other stories that tangentially have something to do with it, and at the end of those games we will mark them for people that want to watch the VODs, which story we think that it's important to, but some might not even be particularly important to one of those stories, just like other things that are happening to set up other stuff, or like main character energy stories that don't particularly tie into the stuff right now, but are like moving a story along. Now, what if, based on those 2 games, based on how well they do, like, we give a bonus at the end for that entire like, the whole science team would get a bonus, or the entire, like, reacquisition team would get a bonus for the entirety of the next month. Now, that would be a reason for you to play your lowering people's roles on the other team.
Okay, so, like, what Prop said earlier about, like, competition, basically.
Yeah, like little competitions. Like, you guys both want more funding, you know? You both want more equipment. It's like, oh, we only have a limited number of these mana bags, so, like, you know, you can only go so far, but, like, you did so good, we're gonna send you a little bit further. Or let you go, like, research things that you want to. I understand that you kind of hate doing that, Starless, but I definitely know some people really like doing it.
I want to, like, play with it a bit, so there's going to be a lot of, like...
that's not...
sudden call out. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of playing with it before, so, like, give it time. Yeah, no, friendly vibes only. Like, I'm not looking for you guys to, like, actively sabotage each other that way. Like, that's not it.
It is not a Polaroid, Caustic. You're gonna have to go get those developed.
Oh, shit.
Or develop them yourself is, like, more the...
Yeah, like, y'all are part of the same crew, and you should be taking care of each other. So, friendly rivalries only.
Yeah, friendly rivalries. I don't want you guys to, like, be killing each other, except
Yeah,
for
no.
some of you that you know who you are. You know when I ask it.
Okay, I think I want this to be slightly different. We'll see how that goes. But
It's not that one art. It's hilarious thought, but then she would run out of film pretty quick, and
also, like, flowers. Like,
yeah,
life.
also flowers in his life, and then also who made the camera is kind of an issue with that concept. What's up?
Right, of course. I think I want to put all of these into a folder. Just to get them out
Oh
of
no,
the way.
I want the camera used. Like,
Yeah.
this is not a situation where I want, like,
using is better. That's like,
yeah, using is better. This is not something I want, like, to just, like, sit around and, like, hold until,
like,
you
always
see, like,
looking for the right moment. Like,
right?
always
I
afraid
don't-
that you'll, like, miss out on the next thing. It's like holding all your, like, really good potions in a video game. Like, we don't want that kind of scenario. Like, oh, what if I need it later? Like, no, you want to be using it actively. What color magic would the axe handle from the Infinity Tree be? I feel like it would be prismatic. That's just my personal
There you
thought.
go.
It's a fucking infinity tree, so, like, all the color.
I'm having a real bad deja vu,
I hate
and it's
when that
really
happens.
wild because, like, I'm currently looking at a squirrel wearing a bathing suit. I'm like,
Yeah,
this
what's
deja
that
vu
about?
is weird. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at a sexy squirrel in a bathing suit. Do, do, do.
I feel like I must have. Because it's still in here somewhere.
What's up?
I'm looking for something. Is that what I'm after? Nope. I had something, but something that I wanted to do, but I don't think I have it set to do what I want to do. Not that.
I don't know what's happening.
I want to make sure that I get the sunglasses on right. Which means, using the symmetry tool.
There's a lot of art of Soki wet or getting ready to get wet. What's that about, Soki?
Where did I put that? When I put it somewhere. Trying to figure out what, like, 1930s sunglasses look like. Really like the little round ones. But I don't know if those are gonna, like, fit his weird squirrel head.
Oh shit, give him little circle ones like Vash. Become Soki the Stampede.
Not inaccurate. I don't think I want to do little circle ones, but I know I want to do circle ones. Well, at least we'll test them out and see if they look weird on his face. Because that's an important factor. On his face. They might.
I'll give him the Weekend at Bernie's sunglasses.
I don't know what that means. How big is that? Not
Weekend
enough.
at Bernie's was a movie about...
I mean, I'm familiar with the movie, but the sunglasses don't mean anything to me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, those are what's going to be big enough for his eyes. Now we got to keep with the 1930s-esque. Like, we deviate from it a lot, but that is the, like, foundation of the cruise, like, style. They're definitely going to be the kind that just, like, sit on your face, though, because, like, they're not going behind his ears. Definitely would have had to get these custom made. Okay, but the history of sunglasses is actually kind of neat.
Is it?
It is. You can click that link and learn more. They said the round ones, in that article, they said the round ones were still popular, so... Perf. But we're gonna do the best that we can. Damn it. Did I ink these on the knot layer that I wanted to ink them on? Tech-wise, we kind of, like... When it comes to real-based technology, like actual, like, real-life-based technology, we kind of stick to... I mean, we push it a little bit, but I would say that it kind of caps at the 40s. But yeah, also, like, magic.
Yeah, it's magic. The robots are all magic. The robots are not, like, even, like...
I disagree with that statement, actually, because I do think they are tech-based, but in that, like, retro tech way.
That's
in the same way that steampunk is a thing. Consider it, like, deco-punk.
Automatons and stuff like that instead of, like, robots.
Stylus, thank you so much for grabbing 50 card packs. Do you believe that you're, like, quite in the lead for Top Sporter for March? That feels right. So, like, tech level of, like, happened at 1940, but with the, like, the understanding that it is an alternate reality, so there's, like, some fudgery, and then you have magic making up for some stuff. Zeb, hello? Also stuff like... We've had overlaps with worlds that had greater technology, that's why, like, the flamingos have phones.
Yeah, they do.
And, like, why, like, the communicator tech is a little, like, more advanced than like, standard, but, yeah.
Why do we have a mech factory?
Morbitt's like, I need to go to bed. I'm exhausted. He spent all night sleeping. It was awful.
I fucking wish he did. No, he was pretty good last.
Yeah, no, he slept fine. He has a bunch of hoodies. He has, like... I got a couple from MeUndies back when we, like, were buying stuff from MeUndies. Which was like, okay, I just... 50-50. It's hard being a cat. It's hard out there for a cat. He does have some hoodies. He doesn't like to wear them casually. Like, he doesn't like to wear them around, but, like, he will happily wear one when we, like, take him out for walks and stuff. Like, if it's just on the edge of, like, his comfort temperature, we'll put the hoodie on him on top of his harness to give him a little extra, like, coverage. Rupert fucking loves walks. God damn it, he loves them so much.
He loves walks.
It's fucking stupid. Like, it's just not what I would expect him to be super into, and yet...
Loves it.
Loves it. Yeah, if I make him peek, they're gonna, like, they'd have to be all the way the fuck down here. But we'll let them glow over the top.
Tricks.
Yeah, we're doing some, like... Because he's chonky, right? And so we want to, like, de-chonk him a little bit. Which is already working. He's already lost a little bit. So we've been doing, like clicker training. And Rupert loves clicker training. Like, I would always had a feeling that he would be super into doing, like, obstacle course type stuff. But never really, like, thought too much about it. But even just the little bit that we have been, like, doing with him, he's so into it. Like, he's so very, very into it. We got him a cat tree, which is something we normally, like, have not done. Like, I hate them. I think they're hideous and I don't want them in my house, but getting them to climb more is part of, like, how you can get a cat to lose weight. So it's like, okay, fine. So we'll get him, like, a cat tree. And then have been doing the clicker training to get him to, like, climb up on it, but climb, like, all the way to the top of it, which is, like, scary. But he's been doing so good. I'm gonna teach him to give fist bumps.
Oh, shit. It's gonna be sick.
He's a good boy. Oh, big purrs. Not awake, but definitely big purrs. He needs to work on his upper body strength. The problem is he's like a potato cat, like a watermelon cat on, like, little fucking celery stalk legs. He's got the teeniest, tiniest legs. And, I want to, like, slowly get him up into the jumping and stuff. He's still a very muscular cat under all his chub. Like, he is a densely packed cat. But I don't want him to, like, break a fucking leg jumping off something because, like, the weight of his enormous body just snaps his little twigs. So, little bit at a time. A gradual process, but I've already seen, like, a difference. And he seems very excited by it. Trying to get him to run on the wheel. That's, like, the goal. But he never really took to it, so we'll see how that goes. Let's... Boop, 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 boop. Where did I put you? This is, like, the super fascinating process of doing these arts, for the record. In case you were wondering.
I always wonder.
But it's wild, because you see me do them.
This is true.
Rupert is not a fetch cat. Terrence loved it. 10 out of 10. His favorite fucking activity is the very first trick he ever learned. And I can't even say that he learned it so much as, like, he taught himself.
He came equipped.
Just huge fan of that whole process.
Nerf
but
darts were his favorites.
yeah. But Rupert is just like, I don't get it. Like, he'll chase the thing, and then he's like, now what? Like, what do you want me to do? When we first got Terrence, I was like, kind of like bedbound with pneumonia, which is like not the best time to get a kitten who's extremely active. But all I had was like a Nerf dart, like a Nerf gun, so I would just shoot the darts for him to chase, and real quick he was like very reliable at bringing them back to me, so that I could keep shooting them, so that he could keep chasing them. Yeah, the pneumonia thing was weird. I did it to myself. It's really fucking dumb, but
That was a whole real. That was real rough.
it was not great.
When you had pneumonia is when I ended up getting like super sick that one day.
Mm-hmm.
Or like that weekend or whatever. Fucking foot of snow in upstate New York. Had to walk down this fucking steep incline to get to work, to let somebody in because I was an opener and I was the only one with keys. Get in there, go into the office, say, it's like, I'm going home sick. And then drank a bottle of fucking
NyQuil.
NyQuil. At which point I woke up hours later having to pee but couldn't move my legs. You got the fan that vents out the window, Art.
Yeah, like I have a fan, like an exhaust fan, like literally right in front of it. Because yeah, I used to do like ball jointed doll stuff, and like redo their like face painting and things like that, and some of the chemicals for that can kind of be a little bit of a lot. I will save. I blood booger all the time anyway. Look, there's nothing that can be done. But I was taking the paint off of a doll's face along with like a melamine sponge, but like a dry melamine sponge. So paint thinner and melamine particles. And it just like fucking pneumonia. It's like, cool. But I was always also doing it like really up close to my face, like literally like so close. Yeah, it's a terrible fucking idea. Don't do that. So, yeah. Yeah. You should post that picture if you still have it of the one of you like doing doll stuff. I love that photo of you. I know it's like 1,000 years old at this point, but like it was very cute. Pneumonia was fucking lame. Don't recommend. Don't do it. And like mine wasn't even that bad. I mean, like it wasn't good. Like I had to have like a nebulizer and all that good shit, and like the simple act of walking to the bathroom was like an ordeal. And I couldn't fucking breathe, and it's every bit of it was dumb. Hello, Lord. Every bit of it was dumb, and I don't recommend it.
Going to the doctor sucks.
Yeah, I had to go to the fucking
Why? I
doctor. Do
just
you know?
don't
Like I
do it.
don't do that. Headphones are like touching the screen. Alright, so yeah, I'm sure we could throw an AI generated background on this. What do you have in mind? And can I ask you to do that, Alan?
Yeah. Oh, I know what it's gonna be. So hold on, I got. Don't you worry at all.
I'm slightly nervous, but alright. Yeah, that picture! Carrie posted it in the selfie channel. So I think you might have to be like a subscriber, by the way, to get access to the selfie channel. I'm pretty sure that's a subscriber locked thing. Alright, I was adding. You will get subscriber cards, yeah. We're actually revamping the subscriber cards, which is why we haven't sent anyone's out. But yes, that is a... It has its own category of cards. But some of them were, like, super OP. Some of them we can't use anymore because of, like, copyright. Because they were, like, music ones. So they need a revamp, but we will sort that out, and then you guys will get, like, extra packs to make up for time lost. You can see the collection, I think. If you look, it's a subscriber collection. You can see what was already in there. But they need some changes. No, I wouldn't post it anywhere else. I very specifically like things in the selfie channel to be subscriber locked, so it's not like... I don't know. This sounds unhinged in my ears right now. Is it playing more than once? I feel like it might be.
Something's happening. Ah, God, that sounds terrible.
It's rough. Yeah, it's specifically the selfie channel is subscriber locked, so it's not a bunch of randos peeping at you. That's basically it. You don't hear it? It might just be the doubling of the music. I'm pretty sure it's playing multiple times, but... I don't know what to do with that, so... Yeah... I just don't know why. Streamloots have been, like, all fucky lately, and I don't know what's going on with that.
Turns out Carrie's behind a paywall.
Did that fix it? It might have fixed it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just been so fucking weird. It also just lasts 1,000 years, so I'm just gonna put the regular music over the top of it. And
Yeah,
it'll, like,
but
last
Carrie, if that makes you the SSS gotcha pull, like, look, and I understand that's a rare thing, and something you should be proud of, but it does mean that you are also the one included in your, like, first sub situation, you know, like, sign up today and, like, you get this, like, super rare character, but everybody got that super rare character. You don't want to be that character. That's not the character you want to be.
That's fair. Yeah, no, there's only one. I am nervous about how much you're coughing, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not having a great time.
But, I mean, there might be, like, in another, like, scene, but that should not affect it. But no, there's only one. If I, like, do this. No, you do still hear it without that one active, so where the fuck is it coming from? It makes no sense. Like, even with it deactivated, where it come from? I wish you would, like, tell me. That would be super cute. On the plus side, it's over, but no idea. And, like, this is current. Okay, okay. You tried. It did its best. But yeah, like, the current top sort of thing doesn't say it, but it is currently startless. This is actually, like, not that far from being done. I thought I would end up having to, like, do it off screen. But I think I can get it done.
Why does the second mid-journey squirrel that Soki put in the sunglasses one look like it's trying to be coy? Stop.
Just to clean this up a little bit. And then come back to here. Who currently sits on your throne? That's a good question. Let me see. So to do it from... Started in 2021, right? Not Forgiven sits on that throne. And I would say he does so uncontested. Do you really want to know? Do you really want to be confronted with that number? Does anyone?
Those are numbers that's left. Best left in theoretical numbers.
Currently sitting at 2,560. You know, just give or take, just slightly more than double. Yeah, I agree. Bruh is the word that I would use.
But
But it's like, I have this cloud.
I think Art's still like well above me. Like cause I used to work all the time, so I was never here when you guys started.
Not Forgiven.
Yeah.
I was like, but what if I had a few more?
Yeah, Art's not like well above me anymore. Only 35 hours above me now. All
That's
right.
really like nothing. You'll like
Finally catching up, Art. Art's got her own stream going on. Like I'm not like, this is not me criticizing Art.
No, God, absolutely not.
Not even in the least bit. No, he's not. That's the plot of the Squirrel People. He's not forgiven. Got a whole storyline around this.
What card are you looking for, Starless? Why doesn't it work for you? That's interesting. It should. There's no reason for it to not. Do you not have, like, the roll? I don't see why you wouldn't. I don't know why you would need it. It's like, you have it. Honestly, maybe it's just about timing. Like, maybe, you might just be catching the cooldown? Because everything looks right on this end. You should have. Go back here. I can tell you how many points you have, even though it's not going to tell you here. You have 130,140 at 124 hours of watch time. It's definitely not too little. Like, I don't know why it's not working for you. There's no reason why it wouldn't. Like, not one fucking reason. I have no idea. What are you finding? Like, the points? Just type exclamation point points, see if it works for you. It should just be like... It's not gonna do them for me. Oh no, well, okay. Literally everyone but Prophecy. Like, what is up with that?
That's very
The
funny.
bot just doesn't fucking like you. Shit. That feels personal. Could be a name syntax. Like, cause I see the points. Like, they exist. So I don't know why it's, like, being weird about it. I am going to run to the bathroom real quick. BRB.
No. It's up to me. I don't even have the stream open. Well, I have it open. Just a lot of screens happening right now. Computers are basically witchcraft. Anybody else have a PSP and just hack the shit out of it? 'Cause that's what we did with our PSPs, and I always considered like a friend Ron that could do it. Like, I always just thought he was doing black magic. Like, the PSP was so great when you hacked it. Like, I still bought like Monster Hunter and like I bought a lot of games for it. Well, mostly just Monster Hunter a bunch of times. And like Final Fantasy Tactics, the War of the Lions, which is the best version of that game. But having Contra, like Super Contra, on a handheld was amazing. We had I had the original PSP model, so like we didn't have to like go like super hard on it, but we also had the thing that connects to the computer to make a hotspot, like a not a wi yeah like a Wi-Fi hotspot, and clone it far away, so that we could play Monster Hunter in different states with people. We'll get like we see the messages. I promise you. We'll get to them as soon as we can. Yeah.
Exactly what I typed. Like I started putting just a little eyeball on them, so you know that I've seen it, even if I like can't brain power enough to do a reply. But I see it. I do see the things. And I add them to my like list.
There's a list.
Yeah, you can send them. It's not bugging me to send them. I hate that. I hate what you have made. I hate it so much.
Thank you.
Awful. The worst. The music today is the music today is what was the background music for yesterday's game. So whatever the fuck that was.
Noise Foundry. They make a bunch of like background music for your tabletop games. We've been using them for a little while now. You can find them on YouTube. I think they have like Spotify. And
but
stuff.
It was linked yesterday in the workshop, probably.
Yeah, in the workshop. Yep. This is the album Cyber Resistance, because I knew they were going inside a giant robot.
Yeah.
I assumed they were going inside a giant robot.
Yeah, realistically, they could have just not, but they
could have not.
They did.
Like, but thank God this is like, let's go. It's a door there. We should go in. She's like, yes, thank you.
All right. Now for the actual like, I don't want to say the magic, but like, is generally where everything comes together. Don't do that. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can salvage this one.
Yesterday's group was basically the opposite of getting stuck in a salad. And I'm not saying I want every group to play like that. Like, obviously not every game can be played like that. But what fun it is when people are just like,
they just like held down the fucking gas and kept going.
Right? It's like, and committed to a bit.
I do like commitment to a bit. Seeing I got little like stragglers here and there from the leftover lanterns, so I want to make sure. Alright, let's try this again.
Leto is just like, we're gonna throw these people outside. I'm like, yes. Okay. He's like, and we're gonna keep doing it.
I felt like you did great, Starless. Like, I would not, like, think negatively of yourself playing. I was like, wow, for your first time, like, you did such a great job. Like, you were really in it. And, like, kept things moving forward. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of the shadows that don't apply, and then we'll come back in and redo them a little bit.
I lie constantly, for the record.
I lie all the time.
I lie all the time. I love a quote from myself from like over a decade ago.
Now we've talked about that, Venex, that like we consistently see your like growth as a player. Like every time you play, like it's a little bit harder, a little bit further, a little more like in character, like speaking up just like a little bit more. Like you're doing the damn thing. Could not ask for goddamn thing more than that.
Phoenix is like, I try all the time.
You guys are all so cute to each other. I love it so much.
Hey, if anybody's wondering what my aesthetic is, it's this.
Oh, what is the update on that? What do I have to update? Has something changed? Fair enough. They do kind of look like weevils, so...
Oh, it is a weevil.
Oh, well, there you go. Oh, it's not Etsy anymore. Yeah, no, give me that fucking link. Fucking edit that shit right now. Kidding me? Can't stop, won't stop. Even when you guys are, like, mean to each other, you're not mean to each other. You're, like... Like, the language, like, the words might be, but the actual, like... thing... The intent is not. Oh, it's a copy. Okay. Y'all make me proud, like, all the time. I'm like, oh, you fuckers are good people.
I'm an amazing person.
Perfect. Yeah, no, I feel like I'm the opposite. I feel like I'm awful. Like, I don't deserve you guys.
No, I'm fantastic. I deserve it.
Like, I legitimately don't know how, like, people as, like, awful as we are somehow have, like, founded a community full of just very, just fucking wholesome beings. I don't know what that's about. I say that about Rupert all the time, though. Like, I don't know how I raised a cat like Rupert. He's, like, super social, he's super sweet, he's, like, extremely loving. And, like, I'm none of those things. It's like, where did you get this behavior from? And it would be like, oh, maybe he came with it from the breeder, but I know that's not true, because Terrence was an asshole, because you raised him.
Yeah, he was. He was a perfect little shit. Crafted for the sole purpose of destruction.
Yeah, I don't think the art was good enough to show up for, but like, you're still here, so fuck yeah. Thank you guys.
I was just like, hey guys, you want to pivot?
Thank you guys for being down for the pivot.
Do you guys want a tabletop? It's like,
but everyone's
really
like, yeah,
a tabletop
always.
And I hate working at Wendy's. And we just keep going back and grabbing our old friends. It's like, hey, you guys want to like
come do dumb
meet
shit?
This community that we made on accident. I didn't make it. I have nothing to do with it. Like I just fucking showed up when the iron was hot and was just like, hey, you guys want a tabletop? It's like, I got some dumb fucking ideas. You want to do some dumb fucking ideas?
Man, you guys don't even know. There's so much more dumb. Like, we have a ton of ideas. So we'll see if we, like, get a chance to do them. Because that would be pretty cool.
I not secretly, like, and not like to a huge degree. It's not like resentment or anything. Wonder what would have happened if we weren't as precious about Dunko as we were.
Yeah, no, we're dumb.
At the moment.
And, like, I was literally thinking about Dunko last night.
I was thinking about Dunko all the time.
Yeah, no.
But I was just thinking it's just like, because, like, that's what leads
I feel like it's just me, you, and Toast always thinking about Dunko.
Me, you, and Toast. Me, you, and Toast. It's just us. And we're just like, fuck, we should have done Dunko instead of this. I love this. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. I love this. But every once in a while, the thought comes into my brain that's just like, what if this was Dunko? What if we started there?
I mean, so the thing is, like, I would Dunko in a heartbeat. Like, I would do it. And, like, we could put that, so, like, we were talking about, like, Patreon goals and being, like, at what point would he have to hit on, like, on Patreon or in general in order to, like, be able to put the time into launching, like, another game, like a completely different game that ran alongside. And there's a couple. We have a couple in mind, but Dunko is one of them. Dunko, god damn it. Do you want to pitch Dunko? It's a terrible... Oh, God, don't make us think about Dunko.
You're making a mistake, but here we go. So, Dunko is like a hybrid board game, tabletop game that we want to play. It's very loosely based on Monsters of the Week, where you get assignments at the beginning of it, you go do your assignment. Like, your character is... And Dunko is the people who put all the treasure out in dungeons. They're the ones that put the treasure out, they're the ones that light the torches, they schedule which monsters patrol which hallways and dungeons, they supply the poison apples to the witches to, like, poison the beautiful maidens. They hire the giants they are the people that are hired to build the beanstalks that go up to giants' places. Like, they're the ones that developed those beans. Like, these are who Dunko are. They are the people in the background doing the damn thing. But they've been
the art for Dunko is in the HTML Archer.
Oh,
and
God.
this is a sampling of some of the characters that were made. So they would be preset characters. That was like that's why we said it was like a board game. So there are some of them.
That's Chad.
It's Chadpole.
The frog is Chadpole.
Baphomet.
Yeah, Baphomet. Craig, the lemur.
Lemur or whatever. Yeah, I'm trying to... I think I got one of my sketchbooks that has, like, all the names in it.
That's Laura Bonecleaver, the, bugbear. I can't remember the name of the fucking Kenku.
I can't
Not
either.
Flay. Flay was the, kobold. The Kenku's a piece of shit. He works in IT, but he's
No, I think that is Flay because, the kobold's name is Paul. Because he was, like, a love interest.
And the chicken is just literally a chicken. Literally. Just a chicken. The chicken showed up in the bathroom one day, and they don't know how to get rid of it, so they just keep sending it out on mission.
Oh, my bad, sorry. I believe that's Charlie, actually. Text for it? Yeah, Dirty Bird is the words I've written down.
Dirty Bird.
I literally have it right here. So, you can't even see it, but these are, like, all the different character notes. This is one page of the character notes, of which there are several.
Of my Google
Oh my
Docs,
god, I don't even know, Toast.
I have so many missions. Like, one of the missions is to avenge the giant from Jack and the Beanstalk. But when you go to that town,
No, I can't look at this. No.
Everybody in that town is named Jack because of how many Jacks there are in like Grimm's fairy tales. Like I went and looked a lot of it up, and it's like, you know, Jack be humble, Jack be quick. He lives
it was like
town.
all the same guy or whatever.
It's all the, yeah.
There was a commercial. I could not tell you where that is.
I did make
that.
a
I
commercial.
don't know.
It was terrible, but it was funny.
It was like
That's
terror
what-
bad. That was the whole point.
But that's where all the images of me dressed like looking like a looking like a devil with a pentagram on my forehead. But yeah,
I do
really wanna play
actually
Dungeon.
have it, but I don't want to like.
No, it's fine. Don't play it. It's fine. It's dead. Let it go. We could do so much better now.
Could we?
No.
Just like don't know about that one.
Yeah, Jack of all trades. The jumping Jack Flash. Did you know Hans from Hansel? Like Hansel
Yeah.
and Gretel. Like that's just another Jack.
Yep, it's all the same.
Like
It's
I
the
went
same,
down a
name
fucking
convention.
like name thing for it. But yeah, that's what it is. It's just like now there's nobody to stock the they've been operating at a loss, so they fired all of their other crew, and now they're sending office workers to do it. Because you might as well. Like you're paying these people, so go send them on the missions instead. And this is them trying to recover from bankruptcy. So like the boss is like this incubus that just like keeps sending everybody out on missions. Yeah, disposable office workers, except for the not really, like, they don't die. Like, you can get hurt, and you can get sent back to the office, but the character does not die. But you keep showing up into worlds of, like, fairy tales, like Rapunzel and stuff. It's just like, well, you have to, like, provide the problems. And, like, the Rapunzel one is actually a tower defense game that I wrote. The Three Little Pigs is a weird game. One that I wrote.
Like, there's a bunch of them out. Like, we've made
I've
quite
got
a few.
The Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, is fully written and ready to play.
I kind of want to get rid of the remove an NPC card, actually. But it just removes them from the scene.
Yeah, you just remove
But
them from the
it's
scene.
never been that, like, useful, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's only been used on, like, Stefan, and Stefan didn't deserve that.
Oh
No, not
it's-
murder.
it's
It doesn't kill him. It just takes him out of the scene.
What's up, Bert? Hi.
Okay. Classic part. A cat has opinions. Which is very like a cat to do. Well, you can't make a chili peppers. It was already done. Or beat you to. I know that was like a high priority for a lot of people. Hi! You returned to yell at me now? What can I do for you? You wanna come back in your cabinet? It's toasty. There you go. Hi. Good job. Do a list of possible abilities. I mean, so the way that we've been thinking about it is like individually. Good night, Carrie. We've been trying to think of like individual abilities for you guys, like more focused on your character, not just abilities we think are neat. No, Quest never did. But we haven't hit them up again since, like, those early days. On my, like, to-do list is an actual, like, a pitch for the game, not for, like, for you to play the game, but, like, just in general, like, this is the thing that we're doing. But it's not that I'm, like, bad with words, because I generally am quite solid with words. But when you're, like, a pitch is so different. Like, you're trying to sell people on things, and I'm not good at selling people on things. Honestly, do it or don't. I don't fucking know. Like, but if we want to actually, like, do social media things and, like, have people come and check it out and do all that good stuff, we kind of have to do a good job of telling people what it is in a really short span of time. Oh, I'm a great enabler. That's a different thing entirely. I'm a fantastic enabler. Whatever you want to do, I will convince you to do it. But that's different. You already want to do it. I'm not selling you on doing something you don't want to do. I'm selling you on doing the thing you already want to do. It's so easy. But I want something that, like, actually summarizes what the game is. Like, it just... Which is not... hasn't happened. But, like, we should have had that 2 years ago. But all the more so now. So I need to come up with, like... Yeah, convincing you to do something you want is like, vastly, worlds different from convincing you to do something that I want you to do. Like, success is virtually guaranteed. But I need to come up with a pitch that actually, like, makes sense. That is short. But compelling. And, like, sales is such a different animal. Need to also just figure out social media in general. So far it's just been game announcements, but that's not really, like, content. But at least it'll ease up a little bit. I really only have one character, 2 characters left to do, sort of ish. Yeah, I don't know how to use the clips. That's what, that is a failing on my part. Like, fuck yeah, because you're clipping shit, but I don't know how to use it. And, like, social media is going through so much bullshit right now. TikTok is great, but also they just passed a bill that, like, the president can ban TikTok. Which has just been a neat fucking rabbit hole to go down. Yeah, I don't know what people like, so I don't know what to post.
Yeah, how do we get people into the game where there's a giant robot made out of metal, but also undead shrimp shells? How do I explain that to people?
Yeah, no, they want to, like, ban here art. Meta basically, like, took out a full-on, like, smear campaign against TikTok, and it was successful, as it seems. So, that's super fun. But yeah, I have to, like, figure that stuff out, and I don't even know where to begin. Because, like, we have the clips, but now what do we do with the clips? How do we, like, make the clips interesting so that people want to actually watch them? I don't fucking know. I don't know how social media works. Shit's hard, though. I can tell you that much.
Social media is beyond tricky for me. I have no idea what you're supposed to say. I don't know what I'm supposed to say to my friends when they message me something. Like, not even sometimes. But like, they're like, this is happening. I'm like, oh shit. Sorry? I don't know.
Social media is hard. It's like so important and so fucking difficult. But like, do you just put the clip raw out there? That doesn't seem like good. Feels like you got to do some like edit somehow. Yeah, shorts are going like crazy, and I don't know how to like take advantage of it. I don't know what I'm doing.
Need a little transition screen, transitions into it.
Does anyone actually watch YouTube Shorts?
I find them annoying.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna ask you to do.
Me?
No, not you.
Thank God.
Alright, here's what it's gonna be. I don't know if this actually works. Cool, yeah, so that's my personal TikTok, which is not the one I would use for HTML stuff. I want y'all to friend me on that, like right now. Follow, whatever. I'll follow you back. Whenever you see a tabletop related like clip that you're like, oh, this is solid, especially if it's from like a live thing, please just send it to me. Just being like, this is good, or this would work. Like, please, I beg of you. If it's shorts, just send it to me on like a different platform, I guess. Like,
just send it to me at garbage@aol.com.
Do you not show me when people follow? No, you do. Okay. Please do. Like, things that you feel like would be appropriate or that would work. Like, something that we could, like, repurpose. Because I don't even know where to begin. But we have, like, 1,000 fucking art assets that we should be using. And, like, 3 years worth of content. Like, there's gotta be something that we can repurpose here. Click the link like you don't already follow. Just, like, send me that shit. Consider it, like, research, basically. I was debating making, like bounties for research, like not like in-game bounties, but like bounties in the Discord.
Yeah, I want to talk about bounties a little bit because like I don't think we're using them
we are not using them the way that I intended to use them. Right now, I think purely it is Twy using them to get recaps. I think that is like what she's doing with them. But that was not my intention or what I wanted to do with them, because now there's like 1 million of them already and it's like a lot. Mm-hmm. But like the recaps are handy because we do kind of need them. So, like, but for me personally, my plan for bounties, like Discord bounties specifically, was to offload tasks from my plate in a really, really, really tiny manner. Because, like, I have, like, 1,000,001 things to do, obviously, like, with the game and with all of the art, and at least with the art slowing down, it'll give me a little more time to work on that stuff. But like, I know a lot of people want to help and, like, want to do things to be, like, a part of it, like, structurally, which I'm super into. Yeah, no, it's almost 6, but yeah. But I don't want anyone to take on a recurring burden of any kind. Because we don't have the resources, like, in terms of time, in terms of money, in terms of anything, to, like, compensate for that, and you should be compensated for it. So it's more like, here's one topic, very specifically, that I need, like, someone to just go do the rabbit holing and bring me back some links and shit that I can follow. And then set them like that. Because, like, I want to find more interactive stuff for stream, but it is a bitch to find. Because a lot of what people are doing is really surface level stuff, and I want, like, more advanced stuff. Which takes, like, fuckery and a lot of, like, well, you're gonna need this, like, WebSocket, which I don't know what that is. So it doesn't help. but like they are more involved, and so you need a bunch of different things to make that work. And I need like all of that information just condensed down to like a step-by-step to-do list. Stuff like that. And then earning card packs or other types of game-related stuff as like a benefit that is something that we can actually like do. That's what I was thinking, art. Like, definitely Canva level type shit. Because it's more assets than it is, like, video. But that. Yeah, I want to get to that point. Where I can take, like, a day that is just... And this is when we, like, make all of the social shit for, like, the week or whatever. That's the vibe. I'll save. I think this is about done, actually. I just need some highlights on it. But that is how I want to use bounties, if you guys would be down for that. Because I've had people repeatedly tell me, like, no, we want to, like, help and do stuff. And I'm like, I don't know how to help with that, though. I don't know how to, like, make that easy. Where is that layer? What is that layer? Why are we being a slut? I feel like I'm losing my mind. There we go. You already do enough, though, Art. Like, I know you're like, I'll do more. It's like, no. You're good.
Grounded.
You're good.
I also, like... I like to point out, like, I don't think I've said it yet, but I really like the way that Season 3 is going. Like, I really like the games that we've played for Season 3. Like, I feel like we've had a lot of fun.
Josh, hello.
Even Josh had a lot of fun. I hope he had fun.
I
He
hope
might
he had
not have had fun. He could have just been like, fuck it, I'm done.
He did a great job, though. The danger is fun. Get back to screen on this one. Nope. Just randomly tapped that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's what he looks like in a swimsuit. A robot. I knew it all along.
I'll have to go through and like, tidy this up because there's a lot of stray lines, but... I'm glad you had fun, Josh. The game was like complete chaos, but like that was the expectation.
And it was the expectation. We just suddenly had the thought, it's just like, what if we just put them all in the same game?
It was a good pairing, actually. I thought that, like, it worked out really well.
It was quite funny. As just saluting the truck. It's like, I'm gonna stop and salute. It's, oh, all right.
Sometimes that's all you can do, you know? super serious.
Super serious.
Good, we're the same person.
Yeah, super serious. With just give him a super soaker. This Escort likes to be wet. Am I to believe this shirt goes down in like leotards, or does it get buckled with a big buckle?
Oh, it's one. It's a one piece.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
I posted a picture of it in the raffle winner, I think. It's very good. I actually, like, I love this. I think this is super cute.
Wait till you get the background on it, though.
You fucking can't.
You gotta put that background
I'm
on.
gonna, but it's... I'm sorry.
But you gotta.
I don't think you're gonna see it, though. No, you totally gotta go with that, like... shit, what does it look like? It's a little bit... I would say it's a 1920s, maybe, bathing suit. That's, like... It's essentially just, like, a romper. Like, it's... Yeah, no, it's just, like, a romper. So it has, like, short sleeves, like a t-shirt. It's like a t-shirt and shorts, but it's just one piece. And then it's got the like, striping on it. I would wear that to the beach. In a fucking heartbeat. I actually have pictures of my grandparents from... I would say from the 20s, I think. In their, like, bathing suits and stuff. Somewhere in an album.
Why the vertical line stripes though? Like
I have to, like, in my head, it has, like, a logistical benefit. So the crotch shadow is the same for every, like, I do all the portraits this way, in case you didn't actually notice this. Or know this. It descends into full shadow. So the layer that I use for shadowing, is at its, like, at 100% opacity down here. So if I, like, erase it, you can see that it's, like, it's all shadow. They're all like that. To save me time. Successfully. It's a lot of shortcuts, basically. Because it's a lot of art to do. Like, an absurd amount of art to do. I feel like no sane person would do this.
I want to just throw more flamingos down a ladder.
Can I just, like, boop and get rid of it? Would that be doable? I think it would. Yeah. Not that. I admit that I only discovered the multi-layer eraser, like, this season. But it's so fucking useful, especially for, like, these, where I need them to be clean. Like, I need the edges to be clean. I don't need, like, any floating artifacts once I add the, like, the line art around the siding, the, like, stroke around the side. It gets dumb. And, like, just being able to go around the edges and just, like, erase everything. Kind of pretty alright. Wish I had known that for the last 2 seasons.
Leo,
I feel like
for the
this...
record. Oh, good.
I was gonna say, I feel like this season has actually seen me using, legitimately, all the tools that Clip Studio provides. This is I have to redo the hearing.
I don't know how to break this one to you, Leo. Every time we see a flamingo going forward, there will be a ladder somewhere nearby. That's just going to be canonical.
I didn't. Speaking of Puppin, we need to put on the books a time to get into a call and talk about your character. So we have that, like, ironed out and ready. Because they did put you into, whatever game. I don't remember.
This Sunday.
I think it was the...
Rested from the Rain? No, wait. No, Feel It Still.
I
Sorry.
think it's Feel It Still. I think is
Okay.
the one. But I'm actually not sure. I'd have to look. But... Have I used a 3D asset Clip Studio that lets you use them for shape reference? Absolutely the fuck I have. They're fucking great. Clip Studio is amazing.
Most of them are for porn.
There are a lot for porn. But, yeah. Yeah, no, it is actually super good. Yeah, no, Clip Studio is fucking amazing. New version comes out sometime this month. And they were talking about having, like, even more advanced versions. So, like with face sculpting, essentially, like sliders maybe, so that you can actually create, like, a face. So that means that you can then make that face and then have it from a bunch of different angles as your reference. And that would be super fucking handy. I'm very excited for it. Like, very, very. It's really good. But yeah, the 3D assets especially helped with stuff like, Bamin. Like, finding, like, a croc head that was 3-dimensional so I could, like, understand how the jaw moved. Things like that. Really fucking useful. The iPad was so dumb expensive. I probably wouldn't have bought one. I'm using my iPad right now. It's not, I have, like, a Cintiq, but I like the iPad substantially more. Ended up buying it with the, like, stimulus, like, COVID money or whatever. Because I was like, I know that I'm never, ever, ever gonna buy this without, like... Oh, I'm just never gonna buy it. It's just, I don't like to make those kind of expensive purchases. Like, it just, I won't. I will spend the equal amount of money in tiny purchases. But I won't, like, one big purchase. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna do it. I got it from Best Buy so I could return it if it was lame, and then it was super not lame. And Clip Studio on it is great. It's fully Clip Studio. It has all the same features that the desktop version has. But this was, like, well worth the money. I use it all the time. All of the HTML art was done on it. Every single one. The iPad Pro, like the 12.9 or 13 inch or whatever from 2020. And the, like, I don't know, Pen 2, whatever the fuck it was. It was an extra $150 fucking dollars, which I find outrageous. But it's really good, so I don't fucking know. It's really good. It does exactly what I want it to do, and in some cases it actually works better than the desktop version, so... I don't fucking know. I'm going to... Just because I have to go into Discord, and I don't want to, like... accidentally, like, dox anyone or anything.
Oh. Yeah, you start messaging me, Puppin, It's definitely not going to be tomorrow because tomorrow's the only day off of games.
It's the only day off that we have this week.
So it'll probably be like, since you're in Feel It still, it'll probably be that next week.
Yeah.
Because this week is super loaded.
Yep.
And I need to recharge my battery.
Yeah, we've got quite a bit back to back to back to back.
But thank you for messaging me. I'll let Nika know.
Yeah, so. The 21st, 22nd, or 23rd all would work really well. Yeah.
That's like a little vacation. A little vacation where I'm gonna come up with games and gonna kill all the players. That's not true.
Yeah, absolutely not true. Ooh, I should probably put this on the fucking charger.
I have next to no interest in killing players. Oh!
Message them to me directly. Prophecy. What are we over at?
I see the submarine thing. I don't know where the picture went when I looked away.
Oh, yeah, no, because it's, I have to open Discord on my iPad, and I wanted to, like, not dox anyone who'd sent me anything, because I wasn't sure what it was going to be open to.
When you were saying that, I was busy reading Puppin's message to me. Flip. They say the 23rd.
23rd, okay.
A little last minute for you, but, like, you already know what the character looks like.
Yeah, no, so. I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, we just need to know.
Yeah, like I know what the character looks like. We just want to like fine tune.
Yeah.
Some details. Sorry, give me a second, and then it'll be back on screen. I love this, but I just don't think I'm gonna be able to actually use it.
Fine.
I'm trying, but like it's honestly the heart shape, I think. I'm gonna try, but...
I have a backup. It's coming. Don't panic. I'm going as fast as I can. Everybody stop. Stop yelling at me.
I think I have... If you're wondering the fuck we're doing, it's because we're, like... mid-journeying the background. Where is it? There it is. Why are we screaming?
Why do we scream?
Why are we screaming? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that was the sound of you throwing something at me.
It was.
Okay, let me take a look. I can't. It's gonna be like a circle behind it, and then it's just too much.
Okay.
The problem is, like, all the action is happening in the middle of it, which is exactly where he's gonna be.
Gotcha.
Can you give me a non-text version? I'll try to put that in.
Yes.
I promise you guys will see it in a second, but, like...
And then you'll see all the stupid ones I generated that didn't manage to work.
This is very appropriate, though. Also, I don't want to accident, not like dox tea time, but technically, because I have photos of her on my iPad from doing her character. I don't think it's gonna work.
That's a shame.
I wanted to, but I just don't think it's gonna. Mm. Okay, those are alright. The ones that are processing right now, but I saw the one.
I knew which ones were right, and then I knew which ones were wrong. It wasn't a. I wasn't playing a guessing game.
Sorry, this is all like the behind the scenes stuff. Sorry, guys. So we're doing the image generation for the background.
Did Alan at one point in time type flamingo falling down a tall ladder?
Yes, he did.
It did not work. It did not work. But now, the entire mid-journey thing for us is all flamingos. It's all flamingos all the way down.
Yeah, the only thing...
This is a shrimp-based vending machine. And this is just a pile of flamingos lying in the snow. A pile of unconscious flamingos lying in the snow. A pile of unconscious flamingos laying in the snow below a giant robot with their feet in the air. A pile of unconscious flamingos laying in the snow with their feet in the air. A pile of unconscious flamingos laying in the snow with their feet in the air. A pile of unconscious flamingos laying in the snow with their feet in the air. A pile of unconscious flamingos laying in the snow with their feet in the air. Hand drawn. and then it's just like it cuts straight to hot anthropomorphic humanoid flamingos on a beach, fantasy background.
Okay, actually, some of these are doable, I think.
Flamingo falling down a tall ladder.
Yeah, it's AR is the new version of internet searches.
Except you just can't. Well, you can get porn, but you have to like either try or don't try. I keep getting nipples for reasons I don't want to see.
Yeah. They get a little buck wild.
And AI nipples are about as uncomfortable as AI hands at this point. They're not exactly in the right spot. I'm gonna make a character that has mouths for nipples.
I wish you fucking wouldn't.
I'm gonna.
It would be like way better if you didn't do that.
I think just a normal character with mouths for nipples is fine.
I don't even know where you would put the nips on a fucking flamingo. I want one of these ones that I generated.
I mean, your eyes being mouths is weird, but I feel like your nipples being mouths slightly weirder.
Where do flamingo nips go?
They don't have nipples. They're...
Yeah, but if they were gonna have nipples, where would they go?
Okay, if a flamingo had tits, would it be here? Would it be here?
That's the question. Okay, what am I... No. Don't like the word neck tits, to be honest.
It doesn't let you type busty into Midjourney. Just so you guys know.
That's fucking shame, I'm sure.
They also don't let you type in thick.
Which is a wild one to me, but...
I did get it to eventually generate parse by typing fat bottom girl.
I guess that'd do it.
It did it. It got there. Yeah, thick. No, normal thick is fine. Thick with 2 C's is like, no, no, no. It's like, we do not want those 2 C's touching. Save room for Jesus.
Damn it.
No, no.
Yeah, I'm just like...
I don't know, Casa, go ahead. Go type in hot lady with the with donk.
Yeah, I look forward to what kind of results you get with that one. God, I
Hot
hope
lady
you don't
with donkey.
fucking
I'm on
mean
it.
donkey.
I'm
God.
on it. I'm on it. Don't worry, I got this. Hot lady with donkey. Shit, alright. They'll let you do it.
Great. 10 out of 10.
Hold on, I got it. Caustic Lola by wants a hot lady with donkey. Please.
You haven't found another channel doing shorts? That's all the more reason I think why we need to be doing them. Oh, these are just...
These are just women with donkeys.
Yeah, this is not...
Not like... They're all white women, too.
Bottom left could be
Well,
like...
bottom left could be a white woman that tanned.
I was gonna say ethnically ambiguous. She does have bicolor eyes, though, which I do think is kind of a neat
That's
touch.
pretty alright. Good job.
It's got
So
like
that's what
one
you
like
consider
hazel,
hot.
one blue. Yeah, no, I feel like this is very revealing.
Alright, well, here we go. I'm just gonna add this to the game.
Oh, Christ. Oh, sweet. Merciful Christ, what is that?
That's in the game now.
Fuck.
None of you can stop it.
Also, what's going on bottom right? What's going on over there?
I don't know.
But we're both talking about bottom left, right? That's like...
We're both talking about bottom
Yeah,
left
okay.
going in the game. Bottom right is a question.
Is that an instrument on her back? Is that an apparatus of some kind?
We'll see when it gets bigger, I'm sure.
Oh,
You guys
God.
can't, no, we're the only two looking at this. Sorry.
It's fine, Carrie.
do a
I'll
lot
send
of-
it to you, but everyone else is gonna have to wait. Yeah, it's just us. It's just us looking. So we're generating the background for Soki's picture, which is done. But in the
I'll
process,
give you guys the rough drafts first, though. Because I am sad that they didn't make it in. But sometimes things don't fit.
All right, into the Mid-Journey gallery to see. Scoot, scoot, scoot.
Okay. Soki, this
Oh,
could have
wow,
been your
okay.
background.
Interesting. You got very different results than we did. Huh.
Or it could have been
okay.
one of these two. I put the two that it could have been in the art share channel. That's a shame, though.
Yeah, it could have been either of those, but it didn't work out.
Why is there a rhino? What did you type? Exactly what did you type?
I think it's in the channel above it, the bot channel. You can actually see. Pretty sure.
Hot lady with donk. That's right. You did donk. I did donkey.
I'm very curious what happened to summon a rhino.
Is a donk a rhino? Why does this one have donkey ears? But that's not a donkey. That's a cow masquerading as a donkey. I won't be lied to by another cow. Yeah, you gotta type in
There's
1980s
so much that I'm
vaporware.
diving into, cause so I'm looking at the ones that Cosmic generated, and it's all right. So we got I don't know, pig woman with a rhino. I get maybe. I'm not really sure what it did there. Her toes are terrifying, but I really like the thigh belly region. I think that is super fun. But they're at a beach. Why?
That's where rhinos belong. That's where your bipedal
They at the
rhinos go.
beach. Also, why is a woman next to it, the one on the bottom right? So for everyone, this is in the Mid-Journey gallery or Mid-Journey bot. All the way, it's under subscribers in the Discord. But the woman to the right is fucking pissed. She's so not about it. She's like, what the fuck are you looking at? It's just my donkey. Fuck off. Why is she on a boardwalk? I don't know what's going on there. there's just a lot happening. It also looks like they just put a butt in her bra. Maybe? Like the tits are off in a way that I can't necessarily, like, highlight, but I'm pretty sure that it's a butt. It's just a front butt right there.
I need everybody to just imagine behind Soki it says "Live, Laugh, Love" for the record. I need you just to, like, imagine it. I need you to know that.
Yeah, just a hot lady with a donk. Like, it really could be anything. They really broadly interpreted a lot of that. I will just fall into the rabbit hole that is just this picture. Terrifying.
So I retyped in my search of, because originally I did, Caustic Lullaby wants a hot lady with a donk, please.
I like putting
So-
please in. It makes me happy.
Right?
Feels like I'm being polite.
Whenever I use AI, I'm polite to. But now I did Caustic Lullaby wants a hot lady with a donk. So, we'll find out.
There you go, Carrie. I sent it to you on Facebook.
Wait, which one did you send her? The weird creature or
The
like...
one that's gonna get added.
Oh, yeah. That thing's in the game now. For sure. And just think, if you all type in Caustic Lullaby wants a hot lady with a donkey, please. Please, not please. I did not spell out please. Even with AI, it has a limit. Eventually you might find the creature that I have summoned.
Honestly, Vala, it has been worth it. It has been, like, so worth it. It's a great way to do visual brainstorming, and I am definitely a visual person, so it helps a lot. Also, like, just, it lets us do a bunch of really unique backgrounds and stuff for every single game that would be just absolutely impossible otherwise. Not for, like, a two-person team. Yeah, like, the base price is $10 a month. It does have limits, but, like, I feel like you can get a lot of mileage for $10 a month. And I certainly get more entertainment value and interest out of it than I would say, like Hulu or Netflix, personally. So, if you consider it part of your entertainment budget, Midjourney is what we're talking about. And, like, it had an upgrade a few months ago that took it from, like, really solid, like, extremely solid, to, like, next level solid. So...
It's like, I just like generating, like, backgrounds. Because, like, you guys aren't going to spend any time in a place. Not really. Like, if you're going to spend time in a place, we'll get, like...
Yeah, we'll get actual art done.
Like, the diving bell, we paid for that art. I am not 100% set. Oh yeah, I want to talk about that a little bit. I'm not 100% set on it right yet, but I am working on the diving bell as a Roll20 room that you guys can go in and, like, move your characters around and stuff if you wanted to. If that's what you're into. Like, visual people like moving their tokens around, so I want to give you guys that option. I am making the game. I'm also... What's actually holding me back from it is the fact that I am currently... I'm trying to make a really big Fiasco deck so that you guys can also play Fiasco in there if you want to do, like, drinking nights in the diving bell, like, and I will give all the officers, like,
DM
abilities,
permissions.
like DM privileges in here, so that if any of them are in there, they can, like, all right, here we go, like, get you guys, like, play a game of Fiasco.
We think
Like
it'll
that-
be a lot of fun, and it's a good way to, like, utilize the Roll20 in a fun way. RP-wise, Starless, I would say off-ship, probably.
Yeah, there's off ship, and there's, like, if you're, like, in your room, it's crew, and it's like,
Which reminds me of what we were talking about the other day in the when we were hanging out in public chat. in the game chat. We talked about doing a session, like maybe just like get into a call one night and doing like generating your like your character's quarters, whatever they look like. So obviously we pay for Midjourney, so like we could be like, we don't want you guys to blow through your like your tokens of Midjourney or like have to pay for it just to do that. But yeah, like just get into a thing and like generate some rooms for you guys so that you can like use them for RP stuff yourself. But like, what does your fucking room look like? I don't know. Let's find out. I think it would be neat.
It would be. Like, you guys all have shit. I all have, like, rooms. Like, in the academy. Like,
yeah.
You guys have apartment. Like,
yep.
Like, the whole, like, space problem got solved. Like, there's another city underneath this city. It's fine. You have your rooms. But also, like, if you want to be doing, like, if we are all in the chat and you want to be doing something while that's happening, I'm sorry, you're not the focus then. Like, the focus
like it's,
is...
Like, you have, like, particularly, like, if it's during games. Like, we're talking during the streamed games or whatever. Whatever's happening is happening, like, right here, right now. Being, like, part of the crew is kind of, like, an important feature.
You gotta live in the Silver Thimble. The Silver Thimble's not on the Secret Islands. It's not even associated with the Secret Towers. They're just next to each other.
You know, it's the fun of Midjourney, Vanex, is like we get to just like throw a bunch of words in and see what it comes up with. I don't have a hard plan for that yet, but that is something I want to like do.
And these were the sneak peeks that we have, like, random thoughts that we have.
Yeah, like that kind of RP, like of what you were doing instead because you weren't there. Like, yeah, just RP chats are fine. I mean, this is complete. We did the damn thing. I will use this art for the Feel It Still game. I will give glowy eyes over or through the glasses for the talking PNG. But I think we'll wrap up here. Unless you guys had any other like questions or anything specifically that you wanted to like throw out last second. But we need to like find food and
finding food is important. But thank you all for being here.
Yeah.
And we play again on Wednesday.
Yep. Day after tomorrow for Hammerfall.
We're gonna get that hammer back, or not. I know.
Yeah, no. Like the goal is to get the hammer back. What'll actually happen? Who could say? Who could say? All right, we're gonna fuck off. We will see you on Wednesday. Bye forever.
Goodbye, everybody.